Good evening. It's a beautiful night of some football for the Marble Falls Mustangs, and it is the home opener for the Mustangs, and homecoming on the same night as they're recognizing the Mustang ambassadors right now. They just introduced the homecoming court just a few minutes ago. How you doing? I'm Ben Shields, and as always, a big thank you to Kevin Verdell for joining us in the booth. I think this is your third year now to hang out with us?
I think so, Ben. Yes, I appreciate you always having me back. It's a pleasure to be here.
Of course, Kevin, a Marble Falls graduate, now a school board member, and he's got kids in the school district. All right, Kevin, so a new season upon us. Mustangs, they got on the win column last week, 49-0 against the Crockett Cougars, so they were able to win that Thursday night game, and now they've got a tough Jarrell Cougar team, which likes to run the slot T. They lost a barn burner to them last year, 21-14. Some Mustang fans thought there was a controversial call with the fourth down last year, but it's going to be a slot T offense that the Mustangs are going to face this year.
They will be facing the slot T, but I think we still got some of our experienced seniors on the team that remember the slot T. Previous Coach Herman, ran the slot T here at Marble Falls for several seasons, and we still have some of the holdover staff. So I think we've got some familiarity, and the coaches have been able to impart some of their wisdom on the defense to be able to maybe hopefully stop and slow them down this evening, and keep the ball away from them and let our offense stay on the field a lot. But I think from talking to Coach Timmerman some this week, I think they feel pretty confident in that they've got a good game plan to be able to handle the slot T this week.
Crawford Maddox is the sophomore quarterback. He'll get a second start, and I thought he held up pretty nicely last Thursday night, and I felt like his offensive line did a good job of giving him time to look downfield and scan for his receivers. And Joaquin Aguilar, he had, I believe, 3 touchdowns last Thursday evening. One was an 80-yarder, and he really looked in rare form last week for the Mustangs.
He did, Ben, and I was able to get down to Burger Stadium and watch most of that game last week. It was a great game to see the Mustangs get the season started. And yes, back to Crawford Maddox. You kind of wonder sometimes starting a sophomore at that position, but I mean, he came in, he looked very comfortable on the field. Like you said, the offensive line did give him time when he dropped back to pass. Things were clicking for him last week. I think that was good to kind of get their juices flowing on that week, and hopefully they'll carry over to week 2.
Really interesting to see this Jarrell offensive line. I remember them last year, a physical bunch, and they've got some size on that offensive line.
Yeah, they do. We were watching them a little bit here in pregame, and they do have some good size for that offensive line. They'll probably be able to lean on us a little bit, but hopefully we've got some size as well coming back at them, and we've got some quickness as well that maybe we can slip through the gaps and keep them at bay for most of the evening.
Of course, a slot T offense, that offensive line is critical, so we'll see if they lean on them this evening. So we're just getting started this evening. Both teams 1-0, and Gerald, they defeated the Giddings Buffaloes last week to get their season underway, and so the Cougars were victorious. They won 36-10. Again, last year's game was in Jarrell, and it was 21-14. It was a hard-fought and a well-played game, and Jarrell took that ball game in the end last year. But the Mustangs hope to return the favor here this year, and it's homecoming, so an early homecoming. And how does that always play into things, Kevin?
Well, I guess you plan accordingly for homecoming, but I'm sure Coach Timmerman's in the locker room right now trying to make sure the guys are focused on the task at hand. There are a lot of ancillary items going on, and there's a lot of spirit things that are happening, but I'm sure he's getting them fired up and focusing on the game plan and making sure they come out focused and not worrying about the homecoming decisions that will be made later on. We'll get to that when they get here, but hopefully, we got a game to play first.
Yeah, with you being around the school district, Kevin, and seeing Coach Timmerman in his second year, what do you like what you've seen from year 1 to year 2 so far?
Well, I think he's, last year I think there was some transition there going from our previous slot T offense to the more spread-based attack that Coach Timmerman likes to run. But you could already tell from last week's game that the kids look definitely more comfortable in the offense. They a lot of times early on in the season, sometimes the offense may kind of be lagging behind the defense, but I thought the offense was right there with the defense in week 1, and hopefully that'll continue to grow in week 2. The coach's adage, there's always a lot of growth between week 1 and week 2, so hopefully we'll be able to see that. But I think Coach Timmerman would agree that, the kids have had another year in the system. They've learned it. They feel more comfortable. I think he's getting his culture set, and the kids are buying into it, and I think we're starting to see that already.
And you think from a 49-0 game, you won't be able to glean much from that, but I believe coaches that they always have something to work with on film, and once you start the season, you do have some film to work with the kids saying, hey, this is what we did wrong and this is what we need to do to improve.
It's probably actually a game that was actually good for them, that they will be able to point those things out and keep them focused and say, hey, these are a lot of things we can work on and improve on, and I'm sure they've been discussing all that this week and they're ready to play.
All right, so it's back-to-back weeks of facing the Cougars. Tonight it's the Cougars from Gerald, just north off of I-35, and that's a town that keeps on growing. So they are here in Marble Falls this evening for the home opener, and it is homecoming for the Marble Falls Mustangs as they take on the Jarrell Cougars this evening. Just getting underway. You can tune in at KBEY 103.9. Also, watch the video stream. You can watch the game on video, and that's at dailytrib.com, also kbfm.com. You'll see the banner page on the top. Just click on that. It'll take you to the YouTube page where you can click on and watch the game. So video stream the game as well. Again, go to dailytrib.com or kbfm.com and click on the banner up top to be able to stream tonight's ball game. All right, so Kevin Verdell hanging out with us this evening, Jose Mesa running the camera, and Roy Linick back at the studio just getting started this evening. Do want to thank our sponsors for bringing you Mustangs football. Big thanks to First United Bank, J-Bar, Hill Country Collision, American Standard, Ewald Kubota, and IBC Bank. So big thanks to our sponsors this evening. It is Mustangs football just getting started. It's homecoming night on KBEY 103.9. Ben Shields and Kevin Riddell with you at Mustang Stadium. It is homecoming and the home opener for Marble Falls, welcoming the Jarrell Cougars to town this evening. And we're about 15 minutes away from the kickoff, and with the opening festivities start a little early this evening with announcing the homecoming court. They'll announce the winner at the half, and then they already have the big Mustang in its second year up and waiting for the players to come out of the south side of the stadium. They'll come from the field house. So again, both teams come into the season at 1-0. All right, Kevin, so some exciting times here at Marble Falls ISD. Of course, you being a school board member, and that you've been involved as the bond election have passed, and so now the next step is the planning everything. So going to be moving the baseball field, getting a new baseball field indoor facility. A lot of good stuff happening soon.
Lots of good stuff. First off, I'd like to thank the community for the support in that bond package. We appreciate that first and foremost. Without that support, we wouldn't be able to be here where we're at today, now getting to spend that money wisely. But yes, we've got some already got the plans kind of going for the new baseball field. That'll be kind of looked at being housed now on the north end of the football stadium, in that area between there and the ag barn, and then where the current baseball field is eventually going to be our new indoor practice facility. But with that also too, we're going to be moving the band hall to a larger location. They'll be taking over one of our existing gyms, and then the band hall will then be turned into for the cheerleaders and the starlets to have their own area for their practice needs. And so there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of things going on. A lot of our meetings here recently have been talking about those plans and dollars and cents, and are we staying under budget based on what we had originally talked with our architects and builders. And so we're starting to get all those things kind of moving forward, and hopefully we can get those projects completed before too long and let the kids start enjoying them.
Yeah, that indoor facility is going to be something else, because as we were talking earlier, you're saying how all sports are going to be able to use it.
All sports are going to be able to use it, and as I mentioned to you, Ben, also too, I mean, come springtime, if when the elementaries are holding their field days, if there's inclement weather, we can get them over here and they can use that facility and not skip a beat, and let them realize their field day. I mean, they look forward to that probably from day one. It's a goal they have to be able to participate in that. So every kid in the district is going to be able to use it to some degree or another, and that's what it's there for. We don't want downtime. We want to be able to utilize it and use it, and use it often. And so that's the game plan.
So I guess in the next year it's going to start looking different, looking out of this press box, huh?
It'll look a little bit different, Ben, yes, for sure. There'll be a pretty big building right across the way over there from us.
All right, that's going to be interesting to see here in the next year as that goes through the process. So again, we're just getting underway this evening, homecoming, still waiting for both teams to make their way out onto the field. Again, thank you for joining us here on the KBEY 103.9. You can also video stream the game, dailytrib.com. Also go to kbeyfm.com. And our halftime guest is Sam Whitley. He is the tennis coach at Marble Falls High School, and tennis is a year-round sport now, and right now I believe they're in the team part of tennis, and sounds like things are going well so far for the tennis team.
Yeah, I think they're undefeated at this point.
That's
right
what
now.
He was saying.
So yeah, great things there. I think they've got a good group of senior-laden players, both on the boys and girls side. Cross country's blowing and going. They were at a cross-country meet this morning down in Austin, I think at the Bowie Invitational. Volleyball's starting out. They're going strong, and they've gotten some good wins, good competition under their belt. Looking forward to a lot of good things from there. It's a very busy time to start the academic year off.
Yeah, hard to believe that we're already into September, and game 2 for the Mustangs. It's the first of 2 home games. You got the Llano Yellow Jackets. That should be a fun game next week. It was a fun game in Llano last week. They hadn't played that game, I believe, in close to 20 years or something.
It had been a while. Yes, yeah. That's correct.
So that'll be fun for them to come to Marble Falls here in 2020 or next week, I should say. All right, so we're just waiting for the teams. Oh, here come the Mustangs. So they've got their purple. You got the purple jerseys with the gold numerals, gold helmets with the running Mustang on the side, and they're going with the black pants this evening.
I think a little different for homecoming, Ben.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think so.
kind of give them a little energy there to something different. Usually we've got our gold pants on at home, so this will definitely a good color combination.
Yep, going with the black pants and the purple jerseys. So here come the Mustangs about to make their way through the big Mustang here at Mustang Stadium. On a good night for some football, kind of close to 100, but now we've got some cloud cover, and I think it's cooling things off a little bit, not near as hot as it was earlier.
It was warm when I left work and headed home, but it's comfortable now. The cloud cover helps, and the sun's just not beating down on the players right now.
Yeah, not as bad as it was in 2023, to say the least, the temperature so far here in the season.
Well, and that was the year they were doing the UIL mandated water breaks because we had such a warm summer and fall still. They were making them have water breaks every so often.
They don't have to worry about that this year.
Yep.
All right, so the Mustangs about to get a standing ovation as they're about to make their way onto the field. And as they do so, speaking of the weather, let's go ahead and get a weather report from the Marble Falls senior, Jackson Heath. Here's the weather, Jackson. All right, so that's our weather for this evening. Thanks to Jackson for doing that. The senior at Marble Falls High School. Marble Falls now taking a knee, moment of silence and a prayer there on the north side of the stadium in the end zone. And Jarrell still waiting to come out here through their run through as we are about 8 minutes away from the kickoff at Mustang Stadium, homecoming night.
Yeah, the Mustangs are ready to go. They're out 7 minutes ahead of kickoff, and Gerald's still. Maybe they're just in there filling up on Gatorade.
That's probably what I was trying
to get a little waterlogged for us when they come out and start. So
get a little too hydrated with the Gatorade.
You know, back many years ago, that used to kind of be the MO for the Mustangs too. We used to have some standoffs on who was going to be the last one to come out. So
it'd be the one who's going to be the caboose of the team.
That's right.
All right. So once Gerald gets out here, we'll go play the national anthem, but we'll keep it here until Gerald makes their way out onto the field. And next week it'll be Lano coming to town. And then, of course, in such a small district, they get 6 non-district games, just like they did last year. And then I believe the bye is going to be October 24th. Yep. And then they'll have 2 games to end up the regular season.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I saw Brownwood lost their opening week, but Stephenville handled business. Burnett lost to Lago Vista, and Lampasas won as well. So, you know, still a lot of season left, but once you get to everything's leading up to district play, and once we get there, we just need to handle business and see if we can make a run into the playoffs this year.
Lampasas has turned into quite a program.
They've got it rolling over there right now. So, but I know they've had to replace their quarterback this year, so will that be see what happens here early on in the season if they find a new signal caller and how that keeps their offense rolling.
All right, so the Mustangs on the field now. Here comes Gerald. They're in their traveling whites with the blue pants and the blue helmet of the Gerald Cougars. No longer such a small town, right?
It is not small anymore. I think their numbers are probably higher than ours and keep growing. So it's amazing what that area, the growth continues to be north on 35 there.
All right, so the Cougars and that slot T offense, we'll see it here really soon. See what the Mustangs defense has in store. I know it might be sounding old, but it seems like the teams have gone back to the big numerals on their jerseys because for these first 2 games now, it's been easy to see the numbers on the jerseys. They used to be real scrunchy, but now it's a lot easier to see.
I'm not going to complain, Ben.
Yeah. The Crockett, it was easy. They had black on the yellow, and now Gerald's going to have white with big blue numerals.
That's correct, yep.
When you get older in your 40s, you start it's tougher to see those small numbers.
Yeah,
so
any help is appreciated,
yes,
for sure.
Indeed. All right, so Gerald doing some last-second calisthenics, making the Mustangs wait on the field here. A little gamesmanship going on, I believe, here.
I think so at this point. I mean, they're over there going through some high steps and taking their time. They're in no hurry right now, which is probably their whole game plan is to just grind us down and grind the clock down, and I bet that's what we see when they come out.
Slow down this homecoming hype. Again, homecoming for the Mustangs here on the home opener. All right, so it's going to be the Mustangs and Jarrell. As the, again, Jarrell now finally looks like they're about to come through the run-through. All right, so here they come as they are going to break through the run-through. And we'll finally be one step closer to the national anthem and also the coin toss. Going to be 4 captains for the Mustangs this evening. Doak Timmerman, Crawford Maddox, Joaquin Aguilar, and Raul Moran. Says a lot about Crawford being a sophomore and he's a captain.
Yeah, Coach Timmerman kind of spoke to that a little bit in a conversation I had with him. He just said that, you know, the players recognize his the mentality he's brought during the summer camp and felt that you know, he deserved it, and he's been working hard and showing that to his teammates and being a leader, and they rewarded him with that captainship.
All right, so Gerald out on the field now. And see the captains line up soon at the 50 at the running Mustang. At the middle of the football field in Marble Falls. Barnett in the home game tonight. Georgetown Eastview. That's going to be a tough one for the Bulldogs.
Yep, Eastview's usually got a pretty strong team over there.
Good 5A team that the Bulldogs will get a test this evening.
Lampass is playing Salado, who's usually been pretty good as well over the last many years.
Looks like Gerald's going to go with a couple captains here. The 2 captains for Gerald as they'll meet at midfield against the Mustangs. Luke Warfield and Brian Tibbetts. Again, the captains for your Mustangs, Raul Moran, Joaquin Aguilar, Crawford Maddox, and Doak Timmerman.
Number 4, Doak Timmerman.
They'll shake hands at the running Mustang. And here comes the coin toss soon. What do you think about those 4 missed snaps by Crockett? I don't think I've ever seen that in one ball game before.
Yeah, that was, I guess that had been overlooked in the preseason up until that point. It kind of always put them behind the 8 ball there a little bit in that game.
All right, so last second instructions from the referee at midfield. Looks like the coin has been tossed. And it looks like Gerald's going to win the toss. And they have elected to receive. So Gerald will start the game on offense. Mustangs defense. Get to face this slot T. Again, Gerald's going to look to control the clock here with that slot T offense. All right, so handshakes as they go off the field, and we're getting a lot closer to the start of this game. 7:29 on your Friday night, September the 5th. Crowd filling in nicely here for homecoming night.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you
all right, so the Mustangs trying to get their crowd pumped up here as they come off the field. We're going to go back to the studio and play the national anthem. Roy, the national anthem, please. The national anthem has been played by the Marble Falls High School Marching Band, and we are ready for some football. First one from Mustang Stadium on homecoming night. Marble Falls is going to start defensively, and they'll be kicking off left to right as Jarrell won the toss and decided to get their slot T offense on the field to get things going. All right, Kevin, what would you like to see from the Mustangs defense here on this first series?
I mean, a 3-and-out would be great, but let's just make sure we're reading our keys because depending on how several different ways you can run that slot T, or you deceptive in the backfield, or you just running straight ahead, and make sure our defense is reading their keys, filling their gaps as opposed. You know, it's a very assignment style defense that we need to play tonight, and don't do too much. Fill your gaps, do your assignments, and tackle the ball carrier.
Jace Williams, the kicker, has it teed up at the 42, men back deep at about the 15 for the Gerald Cougars. Kenneth Johnson and Jacarius Fitch, they're both seniors. Kenneth Johnson wearing number 1, Jacarius Fitch wearing number 3. Here we go, Jace Williams approaches the ball, and the game is underway, going to be returnable from the 13-yard line. Kenneth Johnson, the 20, 25, finds the same to 30. He's got some room to 40, the 50. Williams giving chase, the 35 to 30, gets away from another tackle. He's going to go the 10-5 touchdown. Johnson goes 80 yards. He found a crease in the kickoff team, and he goes 80 yards, and Gerald strikes quickly, 6-0 with 12 seconds off the clock.
Well, that's not the way we wanted to start, Ben. I didn't see that one on the on the bingo card tonight. We looked like we were just a little aggressive on our lanes there. On the kickoff coverage, we had some guys there, just didn't able to get our hands on them and get them into the ground.
I thought they were going to be able to get him at about the Mustang 40, but he got away, and then he got pushed at the 35, and he stayed in bounds. And once he got past that push at about the 35, he was gone.
He was gone.
And an early lead for the Cougars of Gerald. Caleb Martinez, a sophomore place kicker, on for the extra point try. Low snap, and they try to go for 2 here. That's going to be Kenneth Johnson. He's looking for the corner. He's going to be denied at the 1-yard line as Gregory Lemon comes in and keeps him out of the end zone. So the extra point try is no good, and it's going to be 6-0, a low snap, and Kenneth Johnson, who just scored, tried to take it around the edge.
Yeah, good job by the kick coverage team right there on sniffing that out and getting over there and getting number 1 to the ground.
All right, so special teams for Jarrell getting it done so far. Kenneth Johnson again went 80 yards, a little over 80 yards, and gives them the early 6-0 lead.
I think next time on our kickoff, we might as well just try to see if we can put it in the end zone.
Yeah.
We don't need to let number 1 touch the ball anymore on kickoffs.
No, you could see the explosiveness of Kenneth Johnson once he got it, and you could tell once he got to about the 30, 35-yard line, could be dangerous, and it was.
Yep.
And he was able to get past the 2 safeties that were back there trying to be the last line of defense, and he got past them.
Hopefully the Mustangs can return the favor here, and maybe we can pop one, or at least get us in a good field position for our offense to start the series.
All right, so we're going to be teed up by Caleb Martinez, right to left at the 40. Check that, that's Joey Gomez. He's doing the kicking duties here. All right, so ball teed up here. Here comes the kick from Gomez. Going to be taken at the 18-yard line to the 20, 25. And he's hit hard at the 26-yard line. And that's where the Mustangs will start their first drive. Langbein with the return that time for Marble Falls, and at the 26 for the Sting. So Caleb Langbein with the return.
Yeah, they look like the Cougars were trying to do a little pooch kick there and pin us to the sideline. And I think we did right. We fielded the kick and tried to get what we can.
All right, let's see what the Mustangs have offensively, see if they can match what Gerald just did. They got the ball marked at the 27-yard line. Yeah, just between the 20, we'll say the 27, close to the 27 and the 28. So Aguilar's the running back in the pistol with his QB, Crawford Maddox. 2 receivers set, first down and 10. Man in motion to the right, Langbein. And Milek's going to call his own number. Not sure if it was miscommunication. Anyhow, he goes up the middle, gets some positive yardage, 8 yards up to the 35. That's 7-yard gain, we'll say. So a second down and 3.
Yep, 7 yards, 7 positive yards, and here they go again. They're back up to the line of scrimmage, maybe trying to use our tempo to control the game some.
This time Aguilar flanks his QB Maddox to the right, 2 receivers to the left, slot left side. Second down 3, low snap, handoff Aguilar. Patiently waiting for a hole, and he's going to be hit about a yard shy. The 30, they give him the 37, so it's going to be about a yard and a half here. He gets a couple yards. So third down and just over a yard here for Marble Falls. Under a minute off the clock here in this first quarter, 6-0 Jarrell. 80-yard kickoff returned by Kenneth Johnson. Third down and short. Pistol formation and right side move for the Mustangs. So instead of being a third down and less than 2, going to be third down and about 7 here.
Number 8 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
So yeah, we got to hold our water on that one because the Gerald defensive end kind of flinched a little, but he didn't come into the neutral zone there, so we got to hold our water on that one.
At the 31-yard line, third down and about 7 for the Mustangs after that penalty, first penalty of the ball game. Mustangs working with 2 receivers to the right, Makacek, as well as number 17, Braxton Dickin, the sophomore, and 2 receivers to the left. So 4 receivers set. Aguilar's the running back with Crawford Maddox. Aguilar in motion to the left. Maddox has a snap. Pocket collapses, trying to step up, and he's going to be sacked. He's going to go down about an 8-yard loss there as the Cougars get there. That's going to be Marco Casamino with the sack, and it'll be punting time for the Mustangs. It'll be third down at about 11, or fourth down at 11, excuse me.
Yeah, I think Coach Timmerman will go have a chat with Crawford there. If he would have dumped that off to Joaquin out in the flat quickly, I think he might have had a chance to get up the sideline there, but he was looking downfield trying to pick up the first down that way.
He had a pocket for about a second or 2, and then it collapsed, and he went down for the sack. Jace Williams gets off a decent punt. Check that. That's Joaquin Aguilar off the hands of Johnson. He's able to pick it up, and the Mustangs going to wrap him up right there at the 44 of Gerald. So a nice punt that time by Aguilar, and with the tackle,
I think that was
Branson Bunny.
Yeah, Branson, good coverage down there, and not letting him get around the corner like we saw on the opening kickoff there.
He made sure he was going nowhere. Yeah. Johnson bobbled the return. He picked it back up, and he was trying to make something happen, but Branson Bunting, the junior, was right there to make sure that there was not a repeat return this time. As it's 6-0 Gerald, 9:36 to go. The first quarter, they'll get their first offensive possession, and they'll have a receiver split to the left, Kanan Brown. Here's the slot T offense. Turn, handoff, and turns upfield. Has some room to 50, the 45. First down after about a 12-yard gain that time. Braden Morlock quickly hits the hole and gets a first down, 12 yards.
Yeah, I think we were just upfield a little bit too much, and he hit that crease right up on the left-hand side of his offensive line.
Jamari Livesey is the quarterback for the Gerald Cougars. The first down and 10 into Mustangs territory at the 44-yard line. So 9 minutes to go here in this first quarter. 6-0 Gerald. They just got their first down. Livesey under center. He's going to turn, give. That's Johnson. Johnson's hitting the backfield, and he's going to be dropped for about a yard loss. Flag does come in. So Johnson is, well, they give him the line of scrimmage, but a good job by the defense to make sure there was a purple wall.
Yeah, left side of our defensive line had good penetration there. Probably going to be a holding on Gerald there, but good penetration right there on our defensive line.
Well, first down and 20, that's not really conducive for a slot T offense.
Yeah, that's in our favor and playing ahead of the chains on our side there.
All right, so a big penalty. The hold will make it first down and 20, but you do like seeing that left side of that defense be stout there. Johnson, who is the move-in for the Cougars, who has that touchdown. They're trying to get him going, but right there, the Mustangs were able to wall him off. So first down and 20 after the penalty, the holding call. First Gerald penalty. Livesey under center. He's going to turn, give. Morlock trying to find somewhere. Left side finds a seam. He's at the 40. Has the first down to 30. Breakaway speed. He's at the 10. Oh, he's tripped up at the 8. Good hustle at the last second. C.J. Alexander stayed with him and tripped him up, but not before. He is going to get 36 yards inside the 10 down to the 8.
Yeah, if C.J. wasn't there, we thought he was pulling away, but C.J. caught him and tripped him up and got him on the ground.
He made a diving effort, and that diving effort tripped him up inside the 10. So first down and goal, and Morlock with 2 nice runs. The junior running back wearing number 8. He showed off his speed. Slot T formation. Looked like the entire offense moved, but they don't blow the whistle. Goes forward into the end zone, touchdown. And it was the fullback, Jason Hobbs. And didn't it look like the line moved to you?
That did not look, I'd like to see the replay on that one, but yeah, it looked like the center forgot to snap a little bit late there. That should have been going the other direction.
But they handed off to Jason Hobbs, the fullback, and he busted in from 8 yards out. 8:05, and Gerald's up 12-0 here with 8:05 to go in this first quarter. Drive went about 56 yards. They tried to do a pass over to the left. There was a swinging gate, and the 2-point conversion, no good. They were trying to throw it over to Jason Hobbs, who just scored. And it was, I'm not sure what that was. It was a backwards pass, but it did not work.
Yeah, they were trying to do the swinging gate and I guess try to get their 2 points or get back even on the scoreboard there. But kind of a bad pitch over there, and Mustang sniffed that one out.
Yeah, so you had everybody lined up to the left, and then you had the snapper, the holder, and the kicker. And they snapped it, and the holder tried to toss it over to Hobbs. It was behind the line of scrimmage. He's able to get it, but the Mustangs wrapped him up, and so the 2-point try, no good, 12-0.
Coach Timmerman's down there trying to get his team to wake up out there. We're kind of a little shell-shocked here in the first 4 minutes of the game, and just need to settle down and get some momentum going and play our game.
Offensive score here could go a long way to change the momentum.
Yeah, definitely need to, field this kick, get some positive yards, and get the offense moving forward.
All right, here comes the kick from Gomez. Kicking right to left. And back deep at the 14 for the Mustangs on after the Jarrell touchdown. Meanwhile, going to be a short kick, and the up man calls a fair catch at the 27. Nice job that time to Branson Bunning with the fair catch. Check that. That is Jesse Flores.
Yeah, Jesse did
Excuse me.
Number 8, Jesse Flores, fair catch for the Mustangs.
All right, so Jesse with a fair catch and decent field position out at the 30.
First and 10 from their own 28-yard line.
So the Mustangs, they did get a third down and short, but then the penalty pushed them back, and that was costly. And then the next play was a sack.
Yeah, like I said, I think any positive yardage here right now would be a good thing. Trying to get some momentum going.
8:05 left in this first quarter, 12-0 Jarrell. Mustangs looking for something here. Crawford Maddox, he's in the shotgun. Joaquin Aguilar to his left. 3 receivers for Marble Falls, due to the right, 1 left. Tight end, left side. That's Flores. Now Aguilar moves to the right of Maddox. Maddox is going to run it. Crosses the 30. They'll get him to 31. So took the snap from the 28, gets to the 31. It's a 3-yard pickup for Crawford Maddox.
3 yards will do right now, but again, it looked like he turned and was doing a handoff, and there was nobody there, and then just put his foot in the ground and went upfield. But yes,
seeing it the second time, it looked like maybe that's designed. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But the second time I saw it, I was like, maybe that was on purpose. You got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Lone receiver to the right is Braxton Dickin. He showed off his speed last week for the Mustangs. Maddox in the shotgun. Handoff Joaquin, breaks 1 tackle in the backfield, goes forward, gets some positive yardage, takes the pile to the 36, and a manageable 3rd down and 2 here for Marble Falls as Joaquin kept the pile going for a couple extra yards.
He got up in there behind his offensive line and just kind of moved that pile forward and got what he could there.
We're approaching 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. Mustangs trail 12-0. 4 wideouts on 3rd down and 2. Aguilar to the right of Crawford Maddox. 3rd down and 2 play. Now they'll look over the sideline to Coach Timmerman. Marble Falls at its 36-yard line. 6:45 remaining in this first quarter. Ball back to Maddox to give to Aguilar. Aguilar going forward, and he is going to get the first down and dives forward to get the 40. That'll be a gain of 4 and a first down for the Mustangs.
Good hard run there by Joaquin to make sure he kept his knees going to get that first down.
A 4-yard gain. They're going to work quickly at the 40. Trips right side. Going to be a handoff. Aguilar has to be patient trying to find something to open up, and he's able to find a couple to the 40. He's actually fallen forward, and they gave him to 43. So 3-yard gain.
He's running with his pads at a great level, nice and low, and he's always falling forward, so he's always going to be able to pick up some extra yardage.
And there you got that extra yard. So 2nd down and 7. Under 6 to play in the opening quarter. 4 wideouts for the Mustangs on 2nd down. Ball back to the QB Maddox to throw. Has a pocket, throws downfield. Ball's tipped and incomplete, flutters to the ground, intended for the tight end Flores. And glad that was not picked off, and at that time, Jarrell able to get their hand on it, and that was the captain, Luke Warfield, who got his hand on the ball.
Yeah, he tipped that one up. Always a scary moment there, waiting for it to hit the ground and not get intercepted.
All right, so 3rd down and 7 after that incompletion. Ball sits at the Mustang 43. They're going to go with 2 wideouts to the left and 1 to the right. Receiver by himself to the right is going to be Dickin. Maddox, quarterback keeper, he is hit right at the line of scrimmage and nowhere to go. First man there for the Cougars, Jose Gilberto Serrano, and it's 4th down and 7, and down 12-0. Want to get something going. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go ahead and punt it away here.
Yeah, I think Coach thought about it for a brief second and is like, nope, we need to punt this away and live to fight another day and put our defense back out there and see if we can get a stop.
Now, obviously, if it's 4th and 2, that's an entirely different situation, but 4th and 7, going to go ahead and punt it away here. Aguilar, the punter, stands at his 31. The dangerous Johnson at the 29. Nice punt by Aguilar, and Johnson's going to get away from it, going to take a friendly Mustang bounce inside the 20, down to the 17. Nice punt by Joaquin, and they don't let Johnson return it either. So inside the 20, and the clock stops with 4:58 to go in the opening quarter as the Mustangs trail early on 12-0.
Good punt there by Joaquin, kind of flipped the field a little bit for us, and having Gerald start with inside their own 20, that'll be a good thing.
Ball sits at the 17. That's where they officially mark the ball. All right, so see if we got some scores for you here. Got Lampasas leading Salado 7-0. Vernon, Georgetown, Eastview tied at 7. Game late first quarter. Live C under center on 1st and 10. Turn give to Johnson. Johnson trying to find the edge, and he's turned upfield across the 20 to the 21. That's a 4-yard pickup, so 2nd down at 6.
Yeah, a little better job our defense there, staying in their gap responsibilities and only allowed about a 4-yard gain there.
2nd down and 6 for Jarrell. Again, being the slot T, they're going to be ball control. They're going to let the clock wind down as far as possible here. And already have a 12-0 lead. That works to their advantage already. 4:20 to go in the first. Livesey under center, puts Johnson in motion, gives it to him on the toss. Trying to find that edge. That time he's tripped up again and back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, so 3rd down and 6 here. Mustangs making sure he's not getting the edge.
Yeah, great job by our cornerback coming up there on that toss sweep and getting the ball carried on the ground.
Good to see C.J. Alexander come up and make the stop for the Mustangs. So 3rd down and 6. Mustangs defense would love to get off the field here. With under 4 minutes to play in this first quarter, down 12-0 are the Mustangs to the Gerald Cougars. Ball sits at the Gerald 21-yard line as they are working right to left. Play clock already under 8 seconds. Now it's down to 4. They're going to have to hurry up. They're going to call a timeout. We'll take it with them. Gerald takes the timeout. Gerald leads 12-0 back after this on KBEY 103.9. Ben Shields and Kevin Riddell with you here at 3rd down and 6 at Mustang Stadium. Gerald leads the Mustangs 12-0 with 3:36 to go in the first quarter. Gerald faces a 3rd down and 6 at the Jarrell 21.
Big 3rd down here, Ben, for the defense.
Lifts these under center. Puts Johnson in motion, gives the underneath false fumble. It's on the turf, and did the Mustangs come up with it? I think they did.
I think we got that one.
That is huge at the 26-yard line. Mustangs able to get the fumble recovery. Pocket check with the recovery.
I think Atreyu got in there and got that one. That's a huge turn of events right there, Ben. That's what we needed to try to change the ball game up here a little bit.
That is huge, because I believe that was the dangerous running back who scored earlier, Braden Morlock, and the Mustangs get a turnover, and importantly, great field position at the Gerald 24-yard line, and it is our first turnover of the ball game, and the Mustangs love to convert these into some points now with Maddox in the shotgun. Aguilar's to his right, working with 3 wideouts, now 4 wideouts. 1st and 10. Maddox a throw, swings out left side, turns upfield inside the 20, red zone for the Mustangs at the 17. That time, no Ortiz with his first catch of the season. They say the 17, so 7-yard gain. Well, flag is down, however, at the 22, and I think it's coming back.
I think so, Ben. I think they got us for a holding call.
So instead of 2nd down and short, going to be a 1st down and 20. So no red zone trip here so far, as that'll negate that nice positive gain. No chop block it is. That's a 15-yard penalty, isn't it? So it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And so a chop block is when you have, I believe, somebody up top and then somebody go below.
Yep, that's correct. And got one engaged top and bottom. And yeah, unfortunate there. We had picked up good 7 yards there. And now we got to work from behind the chains again.
That's a 22-yard swing there. So it's a 15-yard penalty, the chop block is. So big penalty makes it 1st down and 25 at the Gerald 39. Aguilar out of the backfield in motion. Now 5 wideouts on 1st down and a mile. Ball back to Maddox to throw. He's got a pocket. Steps up, fires underneath to Aguilar. He's got some room to 35. Turns upfield to 30. And he's going to be wrestled down. Oh, he's still going. And at the 28-yard line is Aguilar, 11 yards, so it'll be 2nd down and 14 as Maddox at that time dumped it underneath to Aguilar.
Yeah, good little just middle screen there to Joaquin and put the ball in his hands and let him do what he did. And he got a good gain there on 1st down to try to get some of that yardage back.
So they're going to say 2nd down and 14. Ball sits at the Gerald 28-yard line. So at least you get some of that yardage back, and you're probably in 4-down territory here.
I would have said we are at this point of the ball game.
Maddox in the shotgun. Going to give to Aguilar. Aguilar straight up the middle, tries to cut it to his left, and he's going to be wrapped up. Nice wrap up at the 24. Thought he was going to get that edge, but then a nice tackle. Gets 4 yards, and it's 3rd down and 10 now at the Gerald 24, back where it began.
Ben, he was close to, he saw the green trying to bounce that outside. He was close to getting there. Gerald just got to him just a little bit too much.
Pretty quick defense out there for the Cougars. 3rd down and 10. Maddox with 3 wideouts, and Aguilar is running back to his right. 1:42 and counting in this first quarter. Mustangs down 12-0. Maddox has the shotgun snap, has a pocket. Fires down the middle in the end zone, and it's tipped in. Incomplete. Logbine almost had it off the tip, and it was a little behind him after the tip, and so close to hauling it in. It's 4th down and 10.
Yeah, he was trying to stay with it as he was falling to the turf, but just couldn't pull that one in.
Ball tipped at the goal line. Logbine in the end zone almost came up with it, just behind him. And they're going to go with 4 wideouts as the Mustangs go for it, down by 12. Ball sits at the Gerald 24, 4th down and 10 for your Mustangs. Carter Maddox in the shotgun. Crawford to throw, has a pocket. Downfield, and it is incomplete. Logbine at the 10, almost had it, but it was good coverage, and he almost hauled it in. It's incomplete, and a turnover on downs.
Coverage was pretty tight there. We'll call it, I guess, even on both sides. I think Coach Timmerman was looking for maybe a possible pass interference there, but turnover on downs, and defense got to get them off the field again.
All right, so the Cougars, they hold, and I got to say, though, the offensive line gave him plenty of time, gave Crawford Maddox plenty of time to scan the field on that last series.
Yeah, number 5 had plenty of time, doing a good job, and doing a good job stepping up in the pocket, too, and just need to convert those passes and catches.
5 seconds on the play clock, Livesey. And we've got it. Oops, ball's fumbled, but the play is dead because there's a flag on the field. It's a pre-snap penalty. This is going to go against Gerald. It'll be a false start.
False start. Number 61 of the offense. 5-yard
So that'll take the ball inside the 20, back to about the 19. So the game's starting to get a little sloppy here with some penalties.
Yeah, I think both teams are kind of settling down now and kind of feeling their way. And it's, hey, we'll take those penalties on Jarrell all night long.
12-0 the score. Gerald leads. 1:20 to go in this first quarter. Mustangs looking for another hold here. They got off the field earlier. The 3-and-out forced. Here's the slot T. Livesey gives to Johnson. Johnson finds a hole. He's got some room. Crosses the 25. Out to the 27-yard line, and he will get about 8 yards there. So second down and 7 coming up for the Gerald Cougars, as it's going to be under a minute to play now this first quarter.
And defense needs to kind of tighten up here and not allow much yardage on the second down and force a 3rd and long for the Cougars.
Livesey jogs to the line, the slot T under center. He's going to turn, give handoff up the middle, first down, and that's going to be who scored the first touchdown. The second touchdown, Jason Hobbs, the senior, the fullback, gets the first down, takes it upfield to the 40, 13-yard gain.
Yeah, just dive off the right guard there for the Cougars and able to pick up some good yardage for a first down.
And that could be, well, they're going to have to take a snap. There's about a 2-second difference, and the play clock is ahead of the game clock, so they're going to have to take one more snap here. But they're running to the sideline, so am I off here, I guess?
I'm not.
I mean, are they going to call a timeout here? Maybe they call a timeout? But the play, they're going to go and switch sides.
Yeah, I'm confused on that one. I might have to go next door at halftime and ask Coach Schuchel what was going on with that there. Yeah, there's 2 seconds difference between the play clock and the game clock, and would figure they would have to take one more snap there, but the referees said otherwise.
All right, so they'll go and switch sides, and Gerald's going to be working left to right now at the Gerald 40. Now we're going to take it with them. Gerald leads 12-0. It's KBEY 103.9. All right, on the first down and 10 from the 40, Gerald tries a deep pass, first pass from the QB Livesey. He's tried to hit Kanan Brown down the field and overthrew him by a couple yards. Second down and 10. Handoff going to be to Joseph Travis. He's looking for the edge. He's going to be tackled, but not before he gets a first down at midfield. Given chase that time was the Trey Makachek, and it's going to be, they're going to say he's shy. They mark him out of bounds at the 48, actually, so shy of the first down by a couple of yards, so third down and 2 here.
It's third down.
Yeah, big third down here, Ben. See if we can get them held and make them make a decision on fourth down at midfield.
12-0 Jarrell as we begin this second quarter, Mustang Stadium homecoming night. Under center. Livesey, and he's trying to go for the push, the sneak, and looking at the mark. At least the judge on the far side,
He's a little
would be a half yard shy. I think he's going to be half yard shy, Kevin.
He came in and, yeah, I mean, I can see where the yardage marker and the ball is. It's maybe about half a football short.
Yeah, he needs the 50. The ball sit between the 49 and the 50. So fourth down and less than a yard, and no brainer for Gerald to go for it. See if they just line everybody up and do
Another quarterback sneak.
Yes.
That's what they did on the last play there.
Here comes Livesey under center. Livesey is going to turn. He's going to hand it off, first down. And the fullback breaks a tackle, still going to 40. The 35, that's Jason Hobbs. He's tough to bring down. He'll get 16 yards of the Mustang 35. Broke out of the pile and got an extra 8 to 10 yards.
Yeah, Hobbs has shown that he is not going to be an easy tackle tonight. He continues to churn those legs and make it hard for the Mustangs to get him on the ground.
He's definitely their power back, and the fullback in this offense gets him the first down. So Jarrell leads 12-0. They're looking for more with the ball sitting at the Mustang 35-yard line. Livesey under center. And he's hit as he hands it off to Johnson. Johnson goes forward for about 4. Took it over the left edge to the 31 of Marble Falls.
Yeah, he got that handoff just in time. We were ready to get the quarterback on the ground there.
2nd and 6.
All right, so the Johnson run gets the 31-yard line of Marble Falls. 2nd down and 6 for Gerald. 10-15 and counting in the first half. Mustangs down 12-0. After this play, we're going to get an ID here. First, we'll get this play in. 2nd down and 6. Livesey. Turn, give. Up the middle, that's Hobbs. Breaks another tackle, and he's near the first down. Gets the first down to the 24, just straight up the gut every time for Hobbs. 7 yards. First down for Gerald. Let's pause for a station identification.
Plays good for Gerald, first down.
First down and 10 for the Gerald Cougars at the Marble Falls 24-yard line. Under 9.5 to play in the half. Mustangs trailing by 12. Livesey under center. Livesey, handoff up the middle. Johnson to 10. He's free into the end zone, 24 yards. I like that. He found a seam up the middle, and he was gone with that speed. 18-0 Gerald with 9:16 to go in this first half, and Johnson with the second touchdown.
Yeah, not much going right now for the Mustang defense. Gerald seems to be having their way right now.
That's the first time Johnson has really been able to break one on the offensive side. He did on the kickoff return, but the Mustangs had balled him up in that first quarter, but there he goes 24 yards. The extra point try. It flutters through the air, and it's through the uprights. It's good, and it's now 19-0 off the foot of Kayla Martinez. And Jarrell leads 19-0, 9:16 to go in the half. Back after this on KBEY 103.9. $9:16 to go in the first half. Kick taken at the 10, the 15, the 20, 25. C.J. Alexander, then he's hit at the 27-yard line. 9:08 to go in the half. 19-0 Gerald in front of the Mustangs, and the moon is just beautiful. There's a little cloud cover, and he Looking out the press box, you can see the moon behind the clouds. Just a pretty setting here at Mustang Stadium.
Be a whole lot prettier if the Mustangs can get some momentum going on offense here and see if we can put a drive together and get some points on the board.
They would love that right now with a 19-0 advantage for Jarrell. Mustangs want to get something going. Down by 3 scores now. And the offense, they had the ball at the 24 of Gerald, and a couple times in this game they've been close to a first down, then a penalty pushes them back and have not been able to recover after that happens. First down and 10. Crawford Maddox in the shotgun to call his own number. He has some room initially, cuts upfield across the 30, and a nice gainer on first down to the 33, 6-yard gain, and it's second down and 4.
Yeah, good little opening play for the series there. Good yardage, good 6 yards. Get Crawford on the edge. Seems like we've been having some success on the edge if we can just get there.
All right, so it's second down and 4. Maddox in the shotgun. Going to throw to his left off his receiver's hands. And Dickon cannot bring it in. Swung it out to Dickon on a quick pass, and Dickon, I think he felt the footsteps there looking upfield, and it's third down and 4.
He may have had a little alligator arms on that one, Ben, but that's definitely one we need to haul in and help our quarterback out.
Dickon just a sophomore, and he's going to be an impressive receiver for the Mustangs years to come, being a sophomore. It's timeout called here. Let's keep it here. So Coach Timmerman gets the timeout with 8:36 to go. And the Mustangs are down 19-0. This is a third down and 4. Big one because you want to keep the chains going here.
Yeah, we don't need to, throw an incomplete pass or not pick up any yardage here to help us out. And that may be something Coach Timmerman's discussing with his team and his coaches upstairs right now on if we get 4th and short, get 4th and 1, are we going to go for it? Or hopefully we can just pick it up here on third down and keep the chains moving and not have to worry about that.
All right, so the timeout called with 8:36 to go in the second quarter. And this Gerald team, they're impressive. I mean, they've got some linemen and some skill players.
They've got some speed with Johnson, and then they've got 2 strong running backs in their fullback and wing back there. They've got, like you said, some size there. They're able to. They've got some good athletes to run the slot T for sure right now.
Third down and 4 for the Mustangs. You're going to have trips left side. Meanwhile, Dickon, the lone receiver to the right. Crawford Maddox is the QB. He's going to roll to his left, looking to throw. He's got time. Fires downfield, intercepted at the 42-yard line. Cuts to his left. He's at the 30, at the 20. This could be a pick 6. It is. As he goes 42 yards to the end zone. That time, Gerald's Maurice Tolden takes it 42 yards, stepped in front of the pass, and that's a touchdown for Gerald, 25-0 with 8:23 to go in the half.
Yeah, I think Crawford thought his receiver was going to kind of sit still and kind of kept moving on him there instead of just finding the zone there and sitting down. And pass sailed on him, and 21 picked that one off and took that one back to the house.
Yeah, Tolden went cross field on that, caught it on the right side, and there we go, the swinging gate again. They're going for 2. Johnson looking for the end zone, not in there, but I think we have a face mask. Flag comes in, and one of the Mustangs got a hold of his face mask and slung him down at the 2. So again, the swinging gate, they try it, and Johnson was slung down, but they'll probably get another chance at it with this face mask call against the Mustangs coming up here.
It'll be half the distance to the goal, and
All right, so the personal foul face mask.
Number 12 of the defense. That'll be half the distance. Replay the try.
So they're going to replay the try, and you'd have to think they're going to try to do the swinging gate here again.
I think they'll just line up and call a regular play at this point. Be a short yardage goal line play.
Or that, I'm sure that's right. So 25-0, a pick 6 by the Jarrell Cougars, 8:23 to go in this first half. And we're waiting the extra point, well, probably 2-point conversion. Ball sits at the 2. They're indeed going to go for it here, try to get those. They've already missed 2 extra points. Lifts these under center, turns, gives, and that's going to be good. 2-point conversion is good. That is going to be Morrisock into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good, and they now lead 27-0. 8:23 to go in this first half.
I think at this point we just need to try to get back to the basics, get back to just trying to pick up some positive yardage on each play and try to build some momentum that way.
Now, right now the scoreboard says 26-0, but it is 27-0, right?
The far judge raised his hands, but
maybe they just haven't gotten there yet. All right, so 27-0 Cougars. And Mustangs will have it after the pick six. And Tolden with some speed, he once he got it, you knew he was going to be tough to chase down.
Tolden and Johnson, they probably have a pretty fast sprint relay team come track season.
I'm sure Gerald will be a tough team to go against when it comes to the relay team. The 27-0 Gerald, ball teed up at the 40. It's going to be a pooch kick. It's on the ground, picked up by Flores, and Flores will take it to the 40. Gives the Mustangs good field position, so Flores did a good job, took it off of the one hop and able to get to the 40-yard line.
Yes, we didn't need to bobble that one. Good job picking that one up and getting what he could off of it.
So 8:17 in this first half. Mustangs down 26-0. Or 27-0. We've got 27 right now. The scoreboard saying 26.
Unless, Ben, I didn't watch the ref, but I mean, the one judge signaled it was good, so.
It was 25-0, so they gave him a point. I have to check on that here.
Yeah.
First down and 10, Crawford Maddox in the shotgun. Got 3 receivers set. He's going to hand it off. Aguilar trying to bounce it outside, being chased. He'll get maybe a yard to the 41-yard line, and the speed is tough to go against so far. And Kanan Brown chases him down, going to be second down to 9.
Joaquin kept trying to get to the outside and get the corner turn, just couldn't quite get there.
Second down and 9 for the Mustangs. Can they get something going here? They've got 1 first down, 3 receivers set. Shotgun for Crawford Maddox. Rolls left. He does have time. Fires for the sideline. It's a low throw for Longbite, incomplete. He had him there, just a little low. Bound one, hopped it to him, and now third down and 9 for the Mustangs. Clock stops with 7:41 to go.
Third down.
I think Coach Timmerman's just looking for some throws to get Maddox
settled
down and comfortable and get some rhythm going. And I think also too we might just try to lean on our running game a little bit more too, and see if we can get that open up the passing game.
Third down and 9. The 4 receivers set. Aguilar's the running back. Maddox to throw. Has a pocket. Has time. Fires downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. And then the triple coverage, but tried to get it down to his receiver, but good coverage that time. And Makachek, the receiver, it's incomplete. Fourth down and 9. 7:33 to go in the half.
Fourth down.
All right, so fourth down and 9. Aguilar going to stay on to punt away here. And right now they're keeping the offense on the field. Looks like they may try to go for it, down 27-0. Fourth down and 9. Mustangs have the ball at the Marble Falls 41 going. Now could it be a pooch punt? We'll see. It is one of those quick punts. End over end for Maddox, and takes a friendly Mustang roll inside the 30, down to about the 28-yard line. Gerald has it at his 28-yard line, 7:25 to go in the half, 27-0 Cougars.
Yeah, I can certainly see both sides of the coin there. I think if we're going to punt it anyways, we might as well let Joaquin back there and punt it away and try to pin Gerald as deep as we can. Don't give him any additional yardage in field position at this point.
There comes the Jarrell offense back on the field. They've been stopped once. Other than that, they've Definitely a put on a clinic on how the slot T works. Livesey under center on 1st down and 10. Ball at the 28-yard line. Wants to throw Livesey, and he's hit as he throws it incomplete. As good pressure that time by the Mustangs, and somehow he got it away, but that was Bunning with that time with the pressure, and almost had a sack on Livesey.
Yeah, good job of Branson getting back in there, but they were trying to slip the fullback just straight down just right up the middle, and he was open, so good job on Branson getting there and putting pressure on him so he could make a good throw.
7:21 to go in this second quarter, 2nd down and 10, 7:21 to go. Guess Gerald trying to get some offensive pass work in. Meanwhile, they're going to call a timeout. We'll take it with them. 27-0 Cougars back after this on KBEY 103.9. All right, so it's the Mustangs and the Cougars. Timeout called by Jarrell, 2nd down and 10. 27-0 is our score. And Gerald at its 28-yard line has a 2nd down and 10 after an incomplete pass. That was just I believe their second pass attempt, right, Kevin?
I believe so.
They're going to go back to the ground, and they've got some room. Oh, flag comes in. Hobbs probably would have been gone for the races to the end zone, but there's
looks like it's going to be a false start on the
pre-snap penalty. Yep. Hobbs is already in the defensive backfield when the whistle blew. 2nd down and 15. That's why I'm surprised on those 2-point conversions with the offense they had, that they tried the fancy swinging gate stuff to begin with.
Yeah, they've shown that they've got enough power right there from the 3-yard line. Give it a shot right there.
All right, so it's 2nd down and 15 after the penalty. Takes the ball back to the 23-yard line of Gerald as the Mustangs trail 27-0. Gerald with a 2nd down and 15.
Good chance for our defense to kind of step up and put some pressure.
Livesey under center on 2nd down and long. He's going to turn and hand off it immediately. Not much going on, maybe 3 yards to the 26 that time with the carry. I believe that was going to be Hobbs. Morlock with the carry. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 12 for the Gerald Cougars. Under 7 to play in the second quarter, and Gerald leads 27-0.
Yeah, good job by the defense there, limiting that run on 2nd down, and we've got Gerald, 3rd and long, which is right where we want them. And we just need to keep them there and keep them from getting this 1st down.
See if they go back to the air for the 3rd time this evening. Livesey under center, puts a man in motion, and another false start coming up against Jarrell. Hand off to Hobbs, and the play again blown dead. So 3rd down and 17 it'll be. Back to the 21 of Jarrell. I think that's the 3rd false start call we've had against them so far.
Well, early in that first quarter, we thought the play down here on the north end zone looked kind of funny. I think maybe the refs are still early in the season for them as well, too, right? So I think they're catching on a little bit.
Yeah, I thought the whole line moved a little prematurely, but they didn't stop the play, and they got the 8-yard touchdown run by Hobbs. So 3rd down and 17. Let's see what the Cougars have in their slot T playbook for this play. They lead 27-0. And another penalty. This time, nope, they get a timeout this time. So Coach Hare, he's the head coach, gets the timeout before there could be a penalty called. We'll keep it here with under 6 to play. The clock is running now a little bit. So It's 27-0 Jarrell.
I don't know if that was any real big trickery there, but it looked like they were maybe trying to overload the one side of the offensive line there, and just didn't have the right formation or right call in, and coach called timeout early on that one.
All right, so Jarrell has one timeout remaining now. That's their second timeout called. So 6:02 on the clock, so they put about 15. It went all the way down to 5:47, and the ref asked to put 15 seconds on the clock. So 6:02 to go here in the second quarter. All right, so the fall sports preview, you read about all the fall sports preview. It's the special section, daily trib. That's out and about, available throughout the Island Lakes.
Saw mine in the mailbox.
Oh, you got it.
I
Awesome.
got it. Yeah.
You can read about all the teams, not just football, cross country, tennis. Dakota did a good job putting that together. The whole staff. So 3rd down and 17. Man in motion, lifts. He running right. He's going to keep and run the 25, and he's hit at the 29-yard line. 8-yard pickup, way shy of first down. 4th down and 9. It looks like Gerald's going to have to punt for the second time this evening.
Good job by the defense just stringing that one out. I know they pick up some yards, but, you know, hey, winner there that we didn't allow the first down pickup, and it's 4th and long, and good job by the defense.
It stops the clock with 5:56 to go in the half. Mustangs trail 27-0. And Caleb Longbein stands at the 31-yard line for the Stangs. Punter back at the 18-yard line. Snap back. It's going to be Johnson. He's the punter. Gets off a nice high punt. Langbein has it and calls a fair catch at the 38-yard line. So decent field position for the Stangs. 5:48 to go in the half. Mustangs will get the ball to start the second half, by the way.
Yeah, for all the things that we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot on tonight, things haven't gone our way defensively, slowing the Cougars down. I mean, I know 27-0 seems kind of insurmountable right now, but if we can get some momentum right here, maybe put some points on the board, you know, just get some momentum, get some excitement back on the sideline, and just see where it goes from there.
A great crowd has filled in here at Mustang Stadium. They would love to see some fireworks here to end the second quarter. Dickens, the lone receiver to the right. Pistol formation as Maddox is in front of the running back Aguilar on a 1st down and 10. And we've got a penalty against the Mustangs here. Going to be a false start. They were going to go straight up the gut that time with Aguilar, and the play never gets off here because of the penalty. So the play has really bogged down here time-wise.
You know, on both sides, I think we're seeing a little bit of that, maybe some conditioning. Just
Still early in the season here,
you know, trying to get settled. And, you know, we didn't have very many penalties last week, so it kind of went off a hitch. Not to say that we need it on this week, but just kind of feeling our way here and trying to get settled down.
Handoff, Aguilar on 1st down and 15. Moves forward to the 35, gets a 3-yard gain. So 2nd down and 12 for the Mustangs. All right, so some updates here. Land passes up 22-2 over Salado. Barnett down to Georgetown Eastview, close to the half, 21-7. Llano leads Comanche at the half, 27-17. 2nd down and 12 for the Mustangs as we're approaching 5 minutes to go in the first half. Going with 4 wideouts on 2nd down and long. Maddox with Aguilar to his right. He's going to throw. Has time. Steps up. He's looking. Now he's going to tuck and run. He's hit hard as he goes to the 38. He took a hard one there.
Yeah.
And going to be a bit of a delay here momentarily on the field. Gets back to the original where the drive started. He gets a 2-yard gain. Flag does come in. I think we're going to have a targeting call here against the Gerald Cougars as he was hit hard.
Yeah, good to see Crawford up and kind of walking off there a little bit. Trainers with him, but hopefully he's going to be okay.
Yeah, Coach Timmerman out there at the 40. Making sure that a penalty is called there. But you could see he was hit hard right at the 38-yard line. 4:41 to go here, and he did walk off, so he's off on the sideline here.
Non-flagrant targeting, number 3 of the defense.
So they call it non-flagrant targeting.
That player does get to remain in the game. That is their first non-flagrant targeting.
All right, so that'll take the ball into Gerald territory at the 47. So it is a targeting. It is a 15-yard penalty, but not an ejection because they say it was non-flagrant. So the player for Gerald gets to stay in. But it'll be first down and 10.
I don't know if I've heard that one, Ben. Is that?
That must be a new rule.
I mean,
I'm guessing.
Yeah, the player didn't appear to launch or anything like that, but I mean, they did hit helmet to helmet. Maybe that's what. To me, that'd just be more like an unsportsmanlike call or something like that.
Doak Timmerman is the QB in the shotgun, first down and 10. Gives to Aguilar. He's trying to find the edge, and they just string him out. He's going to lose a yard. That speed on the defense really causing some issues there. He loses a yard to the 48-yard line. 4:18 and counting. And look who's coming back in. Crawford Maddox gets checked out. They say he's good to go, and he will come back in for the Mustangs. So one snap for Doak there as the QB.
Yeah, good to see Crawford trotting back out there and getting back in the game.
Well, some on the sideline jogging, so he said he's good to go. Staff said he's good to go. Second down and 11. Ball sits at the Jarrell 48-yard line. Wants to throw, swings out left side. Langbine has it, turns upfield and hit immediately. They're just flying to the ball. It's going to be a couple-yard gain there, and that is all. At that time, making the tackle is going to be Joseph Travis. Gets a 2-yard gain, so third down and 8 for the Mustangs. 3.5 to go in this second quarter.
I would assume we're in 2-down territory now that we've crossed the 50. Ben, if
I'd have to agree, Kevin. Yeah.
If we can, pick up a good chunk of this, it makes it easier more manageable on fourth down if we need it.
Going with 4 wideouts, trips right side on third down. Here's Maddox to throw. It's a shuffle pass, and Aguilar was hit immediately and is picked off. One of the linemen stepped in front of the shovel pass, and no signal yet. Yes, it is going to be Gerald Ball, but what a play by the big man. That is a big man's dream right there. Marco Casamina already had a sack that time. He read the shuffle pass, and he picks it off. Took it away from Aguilar at the 47 of Gerald.
I don't know if Crawford didn't see him there or he just kind of stood. He really was kind of behind Aguilar and just kind of maybe wrestled it away from him there a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely, both he and Aguilar had it. He won the contest there, taking the ball away. That's the second interception by Crawford Maddox, the youngster, the sophomore. Let's see, handoff. He gets away. He's still got it. Fakes the handoff, and he's going to be dropped for a big loss. Little misdirection. Kept the ball, and Mustangs were not fooled. I was, but he wasn't. And he's going to lose 8 yards.
Branson Bunning was there first off, and he kind of spun out of his tackle, but good pursuit by the other Mustangs to get there and keep him tackled for a loss.
I'm not sure if he was supposed to hand it off or what, but anyways, the Mustangs were there to bring him down.
I think that was designed. I think it was a quarterback keeper there. But yeah, good job on the Mustang defense there, keeping them behind the chains.
Tackle for a loss, second down at 18. Ball sits at the Gerald 39. Handoff underneath. That's going to be Jason Hobbs again with another big carry, cross midfield right at the 50. That's an 11-yard gain, third down and 9, and he's getting 8-9 yards a carry, it seems, maybe more.
He's pretty solid running back right there in the fullback position.
He gets the ball and he goes north to south quickly. About to be under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Mustangs trails 27-0. Jarrell looking for points, third down and 7. We get a timeout called here.
It was 2-minute timeout.
No, 2-minute timeout. I forget. We got that now.
Yeah, all these new rules.
Yeah. 2-minute timeout now with 27-0. We'll take it with them. We're back after this on KBEY 103.9. Handoff, Johnson breaks a tackle. They had him. He gets away. He's got the first down, and Moore broke another tackle near the chains. And he goes out of bounds near the 33-yard line. That's a gain of 17, 18 yards. They say that. Let's see what the far side official marked him out. Yeah, it's closer to the 36, so he gets 14 yards. They had him, Kevin. He got away.
I think Greg Lemon had him in the backfield and just couldn't get him on the ground.
1st and 10. Handoff. Morlock, and Morlock has about 5 yards to the 31-yard line. Minute 43 and counting in this first half. Mustangs are down 27-0.
Yeah, defense needs to try to do whatever they can to keep them out of the end zone here.
All right, 2nd down and 5. Livesey is going to give it up the middle. That's Hobbs. Hobbs gets stuck behind his line. He's going to be about a yard shy of 1st down. They'll get 4 yards there. So a 3rd down and 1 coming up, and I imagine they might go right back to Hobbs here on the ground. And Jarrell has used all 3 timeouts, by the way. So they have no timeouts remaining as we're approaching 1 minute to go in this first half. Marble Falls trails 27-0. Quarterback sneak. Livesey gets some. We got a whistle. And did we get a false start here? I think we might have a false start on a 3rd down and 1. They are going for the sneak, and this would be a big call here.
This would be huge for the defense to get this call in our favor.
Exactly 1 minute showing on the clock here. It is going to be a false start. I believe that's their 4th false start so far. They have played good offensively, but they have had some penalties though. So not a completely clean first half as far as that goes.
A lot of times the slot T, based on the play, that snap count's built into the play, so some miscommunication on those quarterback sneak plays.
Got a 3rd down and 6 for the Cougars, and what do we got here?
There will be a 10-second runoff.
Oh, 10-second runoff because I guess we're inside
the 2 minutes.
The 2 minutes. And all these new rules, they're going to have to get a rule book up here. 50 seconds now, so they'll run off the 10 seconds ball. And I think it was Coach Timmerman who made sure they did that. Livesey under center. Livesey rolling right, wants to throw, being chased. He can run if he wants to. He's going to throw it. It's incomplete, almost intercepted. That was Limit over there, and he was looking for Johnson, threw it behind him. It's incomplete, and it's 4th down and 6.
Yeah, I think Greg did get a hand on that and kind of knocked that one off plane there.
3rd down and 6 now, 44 seconds to go. Imagine they're going to go for it here.
And I don't know who our safety was, but he picked up the fullback streaking down the middle again. They released that fullback down the middle as well too, and we picked that one up. Good job by our secondary.
He stayed with them.
Yep.
4th down and 6 for Gerald. Ball sits at the Mustang, 44 seconds in the second. Livesey is under center, 27-0 Gerald. Livesey, they look like the center moved, but they're not blowing it dead, and he's sacked. He's going to go down. He's slung down at the 44-yard line, and a big play for the Mustangs. Coming up with the sack that time was big, and that was Rodriguez. Jesus Rodriguez comes in and brings him down for the Mustangs. It's a big stop for Rodriguez.
Yeah, great job by the defense. Hanging in there, staying tough, getting penetration and getting that sack and keeping them out of the end zone.
So can the center snap the ball with no one moving without it being a penalty?
The center can never be offsides,
okay,
right?
So
never false start, right?
Because he snapped and everybody else stayed there.
Yes,
so.
yes.
Okay. Because no one else was moving when he snapped it.
Again, I think they're having a miscommunication on understanding, remembering their snap count on their plays.
Mustang looking for points. Maddox dumps it underneath. That's a screen. Aguilar falling behind the blocker. He's got the first down, the 45. Gets out of bounds at the 43-yard line. That's going to be a 14-yard pickup on the screen with 29 seconds to go. And they got, I believe, 2 timeouts remaining.
Good. We got timeouts. We got some time on the clock here, but good job by Joaquin getting what he can and then getting out of bounds.
29 seconds to go on the half. Mustangs down 27-0. Would love to steal some points right here after the defensive stop. Maddox with Aguilar to his left. Wants to throw. He's got a pocket. And the ball's hit. It's out of his hands. They call it loose. It's a fumble at the 43-yard line. Recovered by the Mustangs. They will take a timeout here. And it's recovered right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain.
Timeout.
Or they call it incomplete pass. No, they had to call a timeout, so it was definitely arm going forward, a fumble.
Well, if his arm was going forward, wouldn't that be incomplete?
Oh, okay, maybe I said that wrong. His arm was never going forward, I should say.
From up here, you know, at game speed, it looked like he was already going forward, but, you know, the refs call it what it is. At least we had some timeouts left in our hip pocket to not do too much damage there.
Yeah, that's a bang play when you don't have review to see if that's if his arm was going forward or not, because usually they review that to be able to see if that's the case or not, but you can't do that here. And so luckily the Mustangs jumped on it right at the line of scrimmage. They just had to burn a timeout here. They got one timeout remaining. Ball sits at the Jarrell 43-yard line, down 27-0, going with 4 wideouts. Maddox rolls right, being chased. He's looking downfield. He's going to run, and he's going to be hit hard at the 42. I think he got out of bounds. He did, a yard gain, so 3rd down and 9.
Saw some flags come in there late. I don't know if that's another
Hard
hit or
late hit maybe?
Yeah, maybe drove him to the ground after he went out of bounds maybe.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, so I believe that's going to be a big one because that's going to take the ball just outside the red zone and maybe 2 chances to get to the end zone here. It'll be a 15-yard penalty if that is indeed the case, and where the flag is on the sideline, that's pretty much the only thing it could be, right?
Yeah, I think so. Let's see what the refs coming in here to give the signal.
27-0 Gerald. Wait the signal here. It is personal foul. Targeting.
Number 33 of the defense. That is his 2nd targeting. That player has been disqualified.
All right, so we've got a disqualification because that is Luke Warfield. That's a 2nd targeting call. He got targeting on the first one earlier that knocked Maddox out of the game for a play, and he targets again. This time he is disqualified from the game, and that 15-yard penalty will take the ball all the way down to the Gerald 26, so a couple shots here at the end zone maybe for the Mustangs.
I know Crawford's a gamer, but we need to make sure we have him.
Yes.
So we need to have a conversation about sliding, getting out of bounds, and protecting yourself there, young man.
Game number 2 for the sophomore, and he's just trying to get him as many yards as he can, but sometimes you have to learn as a young man. Our 1st down and 10, he wants to throw. He has pressure, steps up, and he's going to – that's Doak Timmerman, who was in the game that time, by the way, and he's sacked. And that'll be the last play. He got a timeout. Coach Timmerman did get a timeout called, maybe with 2 seconds. That was Doak in there as the QB this time. And let's see how many seconds, maybe 1 second on the clock here.
Yeah, at least one play left to maybe take a shot for the end zone here and see what we can do.
27-0 Gerald on top of the Mustangs. So, yeah, they're going to give him one more play here, 1 second. He was brought down at the 30, so it's a loss of 4 yards. And see if it's Doak who goes back out there for the Mustangs. I think so. As I see Crawford on the Maddox getting a drink of water right now at the 44. He's taking a couple of hard hits, so give him a bit of a breather here.
Yeah, let him just let him regroup, relax, get in at halftime, and hopefully he can come back out and start the second half for us.
Ball sits at the 30-yard line, and no timeouts remaining now for the Mustangs. Doesn't matter because just 1 second on the clock. Homecoming night.
Yeah, unless there's a flag on the defense here by any sort of imagination, but hopefully we can maybe scrounge some points up here on this last play.
Final play of the half coming up. And it looks like we've got Makacek in as the QB. Makacek wearing number 1 in the shotgun. He's a lefty. Here's pressure, rolls to his left. He's going to run it. He's at the 25, and he's going to go down at the 23. 3-yard gain, and that'll be the end of the first half. So the lefty looked downfield, nowhere to go, just ran it. And that'll be the last play of the first half. So Gerald dominates that half. They had they've done it in all 3 phases. The kickoff return, couple of scores offensively on the ground, and then the pick 6. And that's been the Gerald story here in this first half.
Yeah, like you said, Ben, domination is good word there to describe that first half for the Cougars, and kind of got a little life there on the Mustang offense there on that last drive going into halftime. But let's get in at the half and kind of regroup and see if we can put something together second half.
Gerald definitely more athletic this year than they were last year, and you're seeing all over the field. Defensively, they're stringing out the run and making it tough to go side to side. And then offensively, they do have some playmakers.
Yeah, they've definitely got speed on both sides of the ball, and speed kills in this game. And you can tell they look more comfortable in their slot T offense this year two under their scheme here, and they're putting it to us right now.
I want to thank our sponsors for bringing you Mustangs football right here on KBEY 103.9, and thank you to those who are streaming the video at dailytrib.com. You can also get the video stream at kbfm.com. Big thank you to First United Bank, J-Bar, Hill Country Collision, IBC Bank, and Ewald Kubota, your sponsors of Mustangs football here in 2025. And you got the Jarrell Band performing at the half in their summer uniforms. So Marble Falls, they will start the half with the ball, as Gerald won the toss, and that was a smart call by Gerald, because then they got all the momentum with that 80-yard kickoff return by Johnson, and they've really never looked back.
They never have. They just kept clicking. They had kind of there to start the second half. They were struggling with some false start penalties, but it hasn't really slowed them down a whole lot.
All right, going to take a break. When we come back, Kevin and I will talk more about this first half, and also later on this half, we'll hear from Marble Falls tennis coach Sam Whitley talking about their fall season. It's team tennis, and so he'll talk about how it's going. Sounds like it's going really good for his Mustang tennis team. Very a veteran squad that Coach Sam Whitley has, so we'll hear from him later on here at the half. 27-0 Gerald, back after this on KBEY 103.9. Ben Shields and Kevin Riddell with you at Mustang Stadium. It's halftime. Homecoming for Marble Falls, and Gerald leads 27-0. And again, they've had two scoring drives. They had a kickoff return for a touchdown to start the game, a 42-yard pick six, and that was going to be Maurice Tolden. And with Crawford Maddox, he says he's a sophomore. Sometimes you're going to go through moments like that.
You're going to have some growing pains, and Gerald's a good team. From what we've seen tonight, not that we're not a good team. I think we're just, struggling to kind of get some momentum going. It could have been a totally different game if we had taken the ball and had the offense first. And, if Crawford comes out and hits some quick passes and gets some momentum going, I mean, the game could have been a totally different ball game that first half. But, I think that's what we need to do the second half, is just kind of settle down, find some plays that are going to work for us, get some momentum going, and see where it can go. I mean, like I said earlier, 27-0 seems kind of insurmountable right now, but, you never know. We do have more of a quick strike offense compared to Gerald with their slot T offense. So, we could get right back in this game pretty quickly if things went our way.
I feel like the offensive line has given him time to throw. He's had some pockets to scan the field, but the defensive backs have been good on coverage for Gerald, and they did have that linebacker that was disqualified because of two targeting calls in that first half. Senior Luke Warfield, number 33, with a couple hard hits and the hits to the head. And the first one, they said it was, how did they say that, non-what?
Well, they called it non-targeting. but I guess the second targeting call,
Yes.
led
got
to
a
the
warning,
ejection.
yeah.
So yes,
You got a warning, and then
which is
non-intentional,
basically
I think.
two. I mean, maybe it was non-targeting, still unsportsmanlike. Second targeting, or the second hit, still unsportsmanlike targeting. So that led to the ejection right there.
All right, so they'll be without one of their leaders on the defense in that second half because of the targeting calls. And Mustangs, again, will get the ball to start the second half. Again, thank you for tuning in this evening on our video stream, dailytrib.com. You can also get it at kbfm.com and listen at KBEY 103.9. And thanks again to Jose Mesa for being our cameraman. And thanks to Roy Beck at the studio as our producer, engineer, keeping us online here this evening. And, well, looks like the clouds have gone away. You can see the moon.
It's pretty bright tonight.
Yeah.
Ben.
All right, so it is a pretty night here in Marble Falls for homecoming night. Again, it's Llano that comes to town next week. Llano was leading Comanche at the half, 27-0. And last year, I know you mentioned the Llano squad, just how physical they were on the line.
They were very physical, had some good size there, and their running backs were all good size too. But Marble Falls played them tough. We were in there till the end, and again, I think we've got a good team. We just kind of shot ourselves in the foot, so far in this first half, and hopefully we can come out and be who we are and show them who we are and play a little bit better in the second half.
Matt Green, the head coach for the Llano Yellow Jackets, and he was head coach for the Mustangs for a couple of years in 2014 and 2015.
Yeah, he's gone over to Llano and built that program up, and they're consistently running deep into the playoffs. So he's got that program going very well over there.
All right, so again at the half at Mustang Stadium, and Gerald in front 27-0. And I'm not sure, I don't know much about Giddings now, how good they are. They used to be a powerhouse, but Gerald took them pretty good last week.
Yeah. I would agree with you, Ben. Giddings historically been pretty good. Don't know what they have a whole lot this year, but would assume they put up a pretty good fight.
All right, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Marble Falls head tennis coach Sam Whitley. They're in the midst of fall team tennis, and it sounds like they're off to a really great start. We'll hear from Coach Whitley. He'll tell us about his team and what he likes about his team, and about all their hard work as they are well into, I believe, district play. So tennis doing a great job, and hear from Coach Sam Whitley here in just a minute right here on KBEY 103.9. Ben Shields and Kevin Riddell hanging out with you at Mustang Stadium up in the booth, and Mustangs down to Gerald 27-0. And Marble Falls will get the ball back here in about 4 minutes as the band just departs the field just to have the homecoming announcement, announce the homecoming queen and king. And so here is the big news for the king and queen. And the queen for the Marble Falls 2025 homecoming is Kennedy Dalton. So congratulations to Kennedy. And it's going to be, see if he can have a big second half. Joaquin Aguilar was named the homecoming king for 2025. So congrats to Kennedy and to Joaquin for that honor. All right, so Joaquin went back, got his helmet, and getting ready for this second half here. What would you like in this? What would you like to see in the second half? I know you were saying, 27-0 may seem insurmountable, but what would you like to see from the Mustangs?
Well, I think we just need to kind of get back to what we do best. I like to see, we ran the ball pretty well last week. I mean, Joaquin had over 160 yards on the ground. And he's had some runs tonight. So I'd like to maybe see if we can open that up and get him rolling here in the second half, because I think that'll open up some passing lanes for hopefully Crawford if he's able to come back, or Treyu or Doak, whoever needs to get in there and play quarterback for the Mustangs. But I think if we can kind of open up, get some running game going, and that also, too, helps us control the clock here in the second half and keeps Jarrell's offense, potent offense, off the field. Then we can try to get some momentum going and maybe turn those good drives into points.
Pass along some scores for you. You got Llano on top of Comanche in the third quarter, 34-17. Llano coming to town next Friday night. Meanwhile, the Breda Bulldogs, it's not like they're putting up more of a fight this year than they did last year. I think it was like 49-0 last year. Right now they're down to Georgetown Eastview. The Patriots are winning that game midway through the third, 21-7. Meanwhile, Lampasas at the half on top of the Salado Eagles, 29-5.
Yeah, and just round out our district play there, Stephenville's taking care of Everman, 28-0. And Brownwood is down, it looks like maybe started the third quarter, 21-3 to the Wall Hawks. So.
All right, so it sounds like Stephenville's going to be the team to beat again. Them and Lampasas will probably be the top two teams. Sounds like Brownwood struggling early on.
They've got a new head coach this year, so they may be trying to feel their way and figure everything out. But I think they had some good returners coming back, but they lost last week and struggling this week, so maybe things aren't going as smoothly over there in Lion Country.
I wonder if their new coach was an alumni. It seems like most of their coaches have
some
played
sort of
there.
some sort of lineage to the program to some degree. Yes, sir.
I know the coach that was there previously. He was a player there back in the day. All right, so here come the Jarrell Cougars back on the field, getting ready for the second half. And the Mustangs near the Mustang Tunnel. They break it out, and here they come through now. 27-0 Cougars.
Looks like we got a lot of younger kids down there for Spirit Line coming into the tunnel, Ben.
Neat to see.
Yep.
Here come the Mustangs through the tunnel, getting ready for the second half. Still a good crowd on hand as it filled in nicely, and a lot of them still on hand. We're looking to watch this second half.
A lot of fan support here tonight, which is great to see. Good homecoming festivities at half. Again, congratulations to Kennedy and Joaquin on that King and Queen honor there, and band's in full get up tonight for the homecoming as well too. So they'll get to perform at the end of the game.
And here go the LED lights here to start the second half. One day I'll think, no, the electricity, did it just go out? All right, so the LED lights as the Spirit Line with the Marble Falls youth, they get to run through the Mustang Tunnel. That's a fun experience for them.
Yeah, good for the coaches and Booster Club and whoever organized that to let those kids have a participation and get to be on the field.
I got to say, Gerald, they traveled nicely. They got a good crowd on hand tonight.
They do. Got a lot of folks over there in the visitor section.
It's funny, it feels a lot different here than that Burger Center because that stadium's so big, it just it gobbles up the fans.
It does, for sure.
All right, so second half about to get underway. Mustangs going to get the ball. They're going to be working left to right as we begin this second half.
Was a wallet found here in the stadium. Sade Peterson.
All right, so here we go.
We'll have the wallet.
Second half underway. Gomez is the place kicker. They actually have two place kickers out there. Gomez, Martinez, either one of them can kick it. Gomez kicked one of them, and then I saw Martinez kick the other. It's going to be Martinez to kick a pooch kick. Mustangs calling for the fair catch. It's Flores again at the 28-yard line. So no time off the clock here in this third quarter.
Mustangs begin play in the third quarter, 1st and 10.
So what do they have in store? See if they can get some points to begin this second half.
Be interesting to see who is able to come in at quarterback for the team, and that may kind of dictate on what game plan we use here in the second half. Looks like it's going to be Trey. Yeah, Trey is going to come out.
All right, so he's a left-handed quarterback, so that switches it up as the right tackle now will be blocking the blind side. Aguilar to the right of Makachek here on first down. He's got the snap. Give Aguilar, trying to be patient. And this patience gives them a couple yards out to the 29, second down and 8.
Aguilar on the carry.
Just kind of pounding it up in there on our left-hand side of our line and getting what he can get.
Now this is a chance for Atreyu to get some experience. You want to make sure that Maddox's okay, but then you get to see Atreyu get some snaps.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to get some snaps. You don't like to see him getting in this way. You'd rather see him getting it in some mop-up duty, but it is what it is. He's going to come in and do what he can, and he's been playing receiver for us, so he should be familiar with the offense, and maybe get and slide over there at the quarterback position should be an easy transition.
All right, so timeout called for the Mustangs. Atreyu's still trying to get used to it all out there. First time as a signal caller at the varsity level. He is a senior. 11:13 to go, so we'll keep it here. Mustangs with a second down and 8, 2 yards by Aguilar. All right, so the Mustangs back out there. I don't think Coach Timmerman liked the way they were lined up, so I guess he thought they looked a little confused out there, so gets the timeout.
Let's get them set. Let's try to get them in the best position possible.
Makachek in the shotgun, puts Aguilar in motion, so an empty backfield, 5 wideouts on second down. Makachek has a snap, has a pocket, throws underneath, a little behind his receiver, incomplete. And that's going to be Aguilar. He was targeting him at about the 33, so it's third down and 8 now for the Mustangs. Clock stops with 11:10 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Joaquin was there on just a kind of a shallow cross from his slot position and just kind of threw it behind him a little bit. Couldn't get it slowed down enough to get his hands on that one.
Third down and 8. Makachek in the shotgun. Aguilar to his right. 3 wideouts for the Mustangs, third down. It's a man in motion right. Ball back to Treyu. He gives it to the man in motion. That's long by, and he's brought down for a loss. Reading that nicely that time for the Cougars. He was going nowhere. He stayed with it the entire time, and he brings him down for about a 3 or 4 yard loss. It'll be fourth down and punting time, and that time it was Julius Apati with the stop at the 23-yard line. Loss of about 6. So the punting unit going to have to come back on for the Mustangs. Joaquin Aguilar stands at the 11-yard line. Kenneth Johnson, the return man, back at the 46. Ball back to Aguilar. Gets off a high spiraling punt. Johnson's going to let it go. Takes a sideways bounce onto the Mustang sideline at the 43-yard line. And the clock stops with 10:24 to go in the third quarter. And we got a flag down at the 27 near the line of scrimmage.
Gerald, 44-yard line. There's a flag on the play.
So was it a hold on the return or on the punt protection?
I'm not going to be much help for you, Ben, because I was watching the high punt, seeing what Gerald's returner was going to be doing.
Gerald, 15-yard penalty. First down.
All right, so we got a personal foul against Jarrell. Was it after the play, or
He
he pointed towards
first down,
toward like it would be Marble Falls? I think it's Marble Falls ball.
so it must have been while Marble Falls
Oh, no.
before we got the punt off. So
The officials are not sure. I think because the way he pointed it'd be a Marble Falls first down.
it would have been a post-possession.
Anyways, it must have been a post possession. He just pointed the wrong way. So it's going to be Gerald ball, but it's marked back at the 29 after the 15-yard penalty. They've had several 15-yard penalties this evening.
Too many, Ben, too many.
From their own 29.
Lively under center. Livesey hands it off. Crosses the 30 to the 33-yard line. Coming out of that pile for Gerald
Jaden Hobbs.
is going to be Jaden Hobbs, the senior fullback.
Brought down by
He has been busy this evening, and he's brought down after about a 4-yard gain. Ball's at the 33 for Gerald, under 10 to play in the third quarter. Gerald does have a man out wide to the left. Livesey under center. Puts Johnson in motion, gives it to him, right side, finds the edge. This could be dangerous. The 40, the 50, down the right sideline. He's at the 30, and he's tackled by Timmerman. Doug Timmerman hung on for dear life and brought him down at the 25-yard line. And that is going to be a gain of 43 yards for the Jarrell Cougars.
first down.
Johnson found that corner, and he's all the way down to the Marble Falls 25-yard line.
Yeah, we just couldn't hold our edge there, and he got around, and what a big gain.
Livesey under center, first down and 10. 9:28 to go in the third quarter. Hand off straight up the middle. That's Hobbs. Quick hitter again in the red zone, down to the 16, gain of 9. Second down and 1, and we're going to have a timeout
Number
here
6, Jaden Hobbs.
on the field.
Jason Hobbs on the carry. Brought down with number 8, Jesse Flores.
So 9:18 play stops here. 27-0 Jarrell in front of the Mustangs. And this rush attack for Jarrell slot T, much more explosive this year.
They, as I mentioned earlier, they just look very, very comfortable in it right now. They're not doing anything too fancy out of it, but they're just very, very well disciplined on the plays they're running. They've only run probably look like only about six total plays. They use some different formations, but they're just running about 6 basic plays.
A lot of times you can get 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but then you had an element like Johnson, and he's a home run hitter in the slot T offense.
Yeah, I mean, that flipped the field for them in that one play.
Second down and 1. It's going to hand off up the middle. That's Hobbs again. Or check that.
I think that's
Morlock, excuse me, number 8 down to the 1. Gets a 15-yard gain. He hasn't touched it a whole lot, but when he has, it seems like he's gotten 15 yards. And he does there. First down and goal at the 1 for Morlock.
He's smaller than Hobbs, but he does not mind pounding it up in there.
doesn't.
And definitely very quick, speedy slot back there for him.
8:40 and counting in this third quarter. Gerald knocking on the door again. Up 27-0. Their first possession of the third quarter. Livesey under center. Livesey with a hard count. And did he get Marble Falls to jump? Or did one of his linemen twitch a little bit there? Or did the Mustangs make contact? About to find out here from the head ref with 8:28 to go. Oh, delay a game.
Half the distance. First down.
So could that be disconcerting signals maybe? I don't know.
Well, they called delay a game on the Mustangs. The only thing I could think of, Ben, is maybe we called out a snap count or something along those lines.
Disconcerting signals.
Oh, is that what the technical?
Yeah, that's what
sorry,
they-
my
yeah,
bad.
sorry.
My bad.
8:18 to go here in the third quarter. Handoff, that's Hobbs. He powers in. Didn't have far to go, and he gets in the end zone yet again for the Gerald Cougars. Jason Hobbs makes it 33-0. 8:12 to go. They go about 60 yards on that drive. Johnson with a big run of 43 yards. As you said, that flipped the field for him.
Yeah, it did, and it just let them carry the momentum on that drive, and easy for them doing what they're doing, running that slot T very smoothly right now, and got another score on the scoreboard for them.
Martinez with the extra point try. This one's not a swinging gate. It's a low snap. Johnson gets the hold down, and Martinez's extra point try is good. There a flag comes in. Now, was Johnson hit when he, is it going to be a personal foul against the Mustangs?
It'll be kind of pushed the holder as he was standing up. I don't know if that warranted.
It was definitely after the play.
It was.
Running into the kicker.
Running into the
That
kicker.
penalty is declined.
All right, they'll decline it.
Result of the play is
All right, so it's 34-0, Jarrell. And the Mustangs still looking to cobble together a drive here, at least get some momentum or build on to something here.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point in the game, we're just looking for anything that can kind of get us some pick up some yards, keep the sticks moving. Let's try to get a couple first downs together, build some momentum, and continue to work on our offense and get some things moving in the right direction.
Ball's at the 40-yard line as Gerald's working right to left. They've pooched it quite a bit after the past few scores. So they run to the ball, both kickers, and they stop. It could be either Martinez or Gomez who kicks it off. It had been Martinez the past couple of kicks. This time Gomez, he'll kick it off. And Langbine has it at the 19, but he stepped out of bounds. It was near the sideline. And when he planted his foot, it was on the sideline, and it's going to be Mustang ball. They'll give him the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's one of those where in hindsight, when he watches the film tomorrow, he's like, I could have just let that one go.
Yeah.
It would have been a kick out of bounds and probably get that at the 35-yard line.
I believe so, Kevin. I think you're right. So the clock stops with 8:12 to go. We'll do this again back at Mustang Stadium next week against the Atlanta Yellow Jackets. And here comes Marble Falls back on the field. Makachek is the QB again. Aguilar is the running back to his left. You got 3 wideouts, 2 are to the right and 1 to the left. First down and 10 for your Mustangs. Longbine in motion to the left. Makachek has it. There's the give to Aguilar. Nice run up the middle, right side. Found a hole, gets to the 27 as he just hit that hole hard that time and give him 8 yards on the carry.
Yeah, good job of Joaquin hitting it hard. We also got our lineman on the second level there and getting some little bit better downfield blocking to pick up that yardage.
7-yard pickup, they'll say, at the 27 for the Mustangs. 7:45 to go in the third quarter. Mustangs looking for another first down. Going to go with 4 wideouts, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Makachek in the shotgun, empty backfield. He's got the ball. Wants to throw left side, and it flutters incomplete in between 2 Mustangs. You had Williams and Longbine over there, incomplete. Third down and 3.
Yeah, it looked like Caden kind of fell when he came out of his break there and just kind of sailed on him and fell incomplete. But because of that good first down run by Joaquin, it's only 3rd and 4 here, so
you can go back to the ground if you wanted to, right?
I think you've got the whole playbook for you here at this point.
Third down and 3. 7:27 left in the third quarter. Marble Falls trails 34-0. Atreyu puts Longbine in motion. Going to call his own number. Went right, nowhere to go. Now turns upfield. He's going to get the first down He's right at the 30. That's what he needed, and that's good enough for a Mustangs first down.
Yep, they're signaling first down, Ben.
All right, so he went right, Kevin. Nothing was there. Then he decided to turn back up, and that was a smart move.
Smart move, and, you know, he knew where he had to get to, and he got just enough. And, again, you know, I think just little steps right here, you know, pick up first down, change the movement. We can keep seeing if we can build on this.
He made a quick decision that time. So 4 wideouts for the Mustangs. First down and 10. Fresh set of downs here. Makachek in the shotgun. Aguilar to his left. He's got the ball. Another pocket. Throws left side. High throw caught. Turns upfield. And going to be hit at about the 38-yard line. Gain of 8 through the air.
Yep. Good pitch and catch right there.
That's Williams making the catch. All right, so 2 yards from the first down. Second down and 2. Again, the line giving him plenty of time to look for Williams left side. Second down and 2. The Trey's got the ball, gives to Aguilar. Aguilar goes forward, and he's going to be near the far side official. Has him right at the first down marker. That's the 41, and I think that's going to be another Mustangs first down on this drive.
Yep. 2 first downs. Just kind of keep the momentum going here.
Third and 1.
We went a little bit quicker. Looks like we're doing the same thing. We're back up to the line of scrimmage, just trying to maybe keep Jarrell on their toes a little bit here and go with a little tempo.
5:54 and counting in this third. They stick with the 4 wideouts. Aguilar's to the right of Makachek on first down and 10. Aguilar in motion now, right side, empty backfield now for Treyu on first down. He's got the ball. Here's pressure up the middle, gets rid of it, left side in the air, and it's going to be incomplete, almost intercepted. That was Joseph Travis making a play on the ball. He had to get rid of it because of pressure in his face, and it floated there, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, you're right, Ben. Pressure was coming on him, and he kind of let it go, and probably got hit a little bit, and that made it float a little bit on him, and that was a little scary there. We don't need to be turning the ball over again. We've kind of got a little momentum going here. Let's try to keep this going, see what they can do here on second down.
All right, second down and 10, 5.5 to play in the third. Gerald's up 34-0. The 4 wideouts again for the Mustangs. Makachek with the Aguilar to his right. On second down and 10. Makachek has it. To throw, here's pressure again. It's a shovel pass, Aguilar, but he's hit immediately and fumbles the ball, and the Cougars jump on it. Are they going to say it was incomplete?
Yeah. Referee came in and said incomplete.
So he never had control.
Ruled incomplete.
The Cougars, they are really reading that shuffle pass, and they were not fooled.
They've had us, basically, you kind of think they kind of had a spy on Joaquin all night long. I guess they watched the performance last week and said, we're not going to let him, we're going to take him away, and Mustangs are going to have to hurt him any other way but him.
Mustangs.
So third down for the Mustangs. Ball sits at the Marble Falls 41, down 34-0 as we approach 5 minutes left in this third quarter. 4 receivers for your Mustangs. Doak Timmermans, the running back. He motions out of the backfield. Makachek to throw. It's a screen right side. Longbein had to go for it. He's taken to the ground. Moorstock, he was also running back, drops him right at actually for a 2-yard loss at the 39-yard line. And it'll be 4th down and 12. It was a high throw, and Longbein had to go for it. It was complete, and he was wrapped up. They're going to have to go ahead and punt the ball away.
Yeah, they were trying to get a little screen going out there to the wide receiver coming back in, and with a high pass, they just threw all the timing off on that play.
Aguilar, the punter, stands at the 27. Gets off a high punt. Johnson bobbles it, and it's on the turf. It's loose. A scramble for the ball, no signal yet.
I think we're close, Ben. Do we have it?
Marble Falls was down there. Gerald saying it's theirs. And Johnson's lucky that one of his teammates was there to jump on it. He bobbled that, muffed the punt. And Gerald gets a break there, jumping on it at the 26-yard line. Yeah, the 26-yard line. That's with 4:04 to go in the third quarter.
It's just kind of a little indicative of how our evening's going. We were right there and just couldn't come up with that one. That would have been a good little momentum changer right there for the Mustangs.
All right, so 1st and 10 for the Cougars. They're up 34-0. They've had some big plays this evening. Also effective handing off to their big running back, Jason Hobbs. And on first down and 10, man in motion, Johnson gets it on the toss, turns up, filled up the middle, now the 35, breaks a tackle, spins out of it down to the 42-yard line, 15-yard gain, and a first down for Jarrell.
Yeah, they're just hitting the holes fast. Just kind of a buck sweep play right there. Turn that one up on the tackle.
All right, 3:40 and counting in this third quarter. Gerald going to let the clock probably go down as much as they want to here. They'll take a snap with about 15 seconds on the play clock. Handoff, Hobbs up the middle, and another first down run. Powers, as his helmet comes off at the end, Powers down to the 42. We'll have to step off the field here for a play. It's a 16-yard gain. Or was that a Mustang helmet that came off?
Mustang helmet.
Clayton Thompson will have to come off for a play. Another tough Hobbs run gets the first down and into Mustangs territory. Quite the load to bring down. 3:08 left in this third quarter, 34-0 Cougars. Livesey, you gotta hand it off. And another nice first down run. That one's gonna get about 6 yards to the 37-yard line. So it's second down here. There's Travis, I believe, with the run. Joseph Travis, his second carry of the evening. Ball sits at the Mustang 37, second down at 5. 2.5 left in the third quarter. Mustangs trailing 34-0. Cougars have a receiver out wide to the left. Livesey under center. And a give to Johnson, trying to find that corner, and he does. But Lemon's going to bring him down out of bounds near the marker. He'll get the first down at the 29.
21, Greg Lemon.
Yeah, good job by Greg, just trying to string that out and not let him get that corner. He got a little bit, but got him out of bounds.
Yeah, he got the 31, they'll say. He stepped out at the 31. I thought they had him, but with that speed, he was able to run away.
He's definitely got some speed on the field there.
Yeah, he's tough to, once he gets to that edge, tough to chase down. First down and 10 for the Cougars, under 2 to play in the third quarter. 34-0 Jarrell. 7 seconds on the play clock. Another straight up the gut trap play for Hobbs. 8 yards. He'll get to the 23-yard line, just outside the red zone. No tournament checks in the ball game for the Mustangs.
They're just kind of taking advantage of us right now, Ben. And we don't seem to have an answer for them on anything right now.
These two drives have been tough to stop. Second down and 2 for the Cougars. 1:15 left in the third quarter. Livesey gives the Hobbs again, and he'll get the first down as he falls forward inside the red zone, down to the 19, gain of 4. And first down.
You know, and I figured at some point Gerald would be, taking their time and snapping the ball at less than 5 seconds left on their play clock. They're just content to just keep running their offense and breaking the huddle and running plays at this point.
That's the first time they've really slowed down.
It is.
Hurry.
Yeah.
They'll get 10. They're still in the huddle. Now they'll break the huddle with 10 seconds on the play clock. 35 on the game clock. Toss to Johnson. Johnson turns it up again in the middle of the field. Still going, then he's hitting the back at the 10. That's a 9-yard pickup, just shy of the first down. So it'll be second down and 1 right at the 10. That'll probably be the last snap of the third quarter.
Yep.
They're going to go ahead and change sides here.
Yep, looks like everybody's going to their respective sides, and that'll be the end of the third quarter.
All right, so it's 34-0 Gerald. They're looking for more points as we head to the fourth. Here at Mustang Stadium, it's KBEY 103.9. Ben Shields and Kevin Verdell with you as the fourth quarter gets underway. Jarrell leads 34-0. They've got a second down and short at the 10-yard line.
In the fourth quarter, it'll be 2nd and 1.
Looks like they can pick up a first down here before
getting into the end zone. Yep. See if they go to the Hobbs. He's the lone back behind the QB. They will give it to him, and he goes forward, and he's got the first down. Then some. He's looking for another touchdown. It'll be short at the 3, but he does get the first down, so first down and goal.
Hobbs on the carry.
those things do keep him out of the end zone on that.
Tackled by a whole group of Mustangs. Be first and goal from the 2-yard line for the Cougars.
First down and goal at the 2. They break the huddle. Livesey, the QB, under center. Gives to Hobbs again, and his second effort as he reaches over, got in. He turned his back and then reached the ball over the goal line. He breaks the plane. Touchdown, Gerald, 40-0. And that will be about an 80-yard drive for the Cougars to make it 40-0 with 11:07 to go in the ball game. Here's the swinging gate again. And now they'll go ahead and bring the kicking unit out. So the offense stayed out there for that swinging gate, and then they switched to the kicking unit, which includes Martinez. He's the place kicker out of the hold of Johnson here. And here comes the extra point try from Martinez. It's good. 41-0 Mustangs, down to the Cougars. Gerald back after this on KBEY 103.9. So 41-0 Gerald. Fair catch by Noah Ortiz. Marble Falls ball at the 29-yard line.
Again, I think you're still just kind of working on any little thing that you can at this point to see if you can get a little momentum. Just try to get as many plays in, get some tape on those plays, and grow from it at this point.
Makachek, the backup QB, in. A couple hard hits earlier in that first half. Crawford Maddox, so he go ahead and take a break here in the second half. Makachek in the shotgun, puts Aguilar in motion. Now it's an empty backfield. And we've got a false start or delay a game, either one here.
Probably delay.
False start here against Marble Falls.
5-yard penalty. First down.
So first down and 15.
First and 15.
How do you keep your team engaged, Kevin, late in a game like this, down 41-0?
Well, I think you just got to be, at this point, you got to just say, quit worrying about the scoreboard. Let's just focus on the things we can control at this point. Continue to try to stay positive from Coach Timmerman and the staff, and just encourage the kids to keep fighting.
Makachek calls his own number, and then he runs in to a Cougar at the 25. A little extracurricular activity as one of the Mustangs pushed to the ground. I think they're going to get a 15-yard penalty against the Cougars. He was dropped for a 3-yard loss. A little aggressiveness there at the end by Jarrell. And that should be a 15-yard penalty against the Cougars. But we'll see here. Clock stops with 10:42 to go.
The refs have definitely not been real speedy on any of their calls. They've definitely taken their time.
They have.
Huddled and discussed before they've officially made any calls tonight on a lot of things, even kind of the no-brainers.
Yes. I guess it's still early for them as well.
Yep.
There's 2 fouls on the play.
Oh, going to be offsetting.
Personal foul, 26. Defense. Personal foul, 18 offset.
Coach Timmerman's not too excited about that. He's having a discussion with the sideline ref there on his sideline.
Correction.
I'm not sure if they saw what.
Yeah.
They must have, because Williams is the Mustang that they called, and for Gerald,
Second down.
it was Michael Rodriguez, and it was Rodriguez who's the one that was over Williams and pushed him to the ground.
Yep.
So first down and second down and 15, excuse me, after he was tackled. Well, should the play? I guess it was a dead ball, so the play counts. All right, he's rolling right to left. He throws it on the sideline. Oh, that should be a penalty, late hit. Do they throw the flag? I don't think so. But that was intended for the sophomore receiver that time, and Dickin unable to haul it in, but they're lucky the late hit was not called there.
No, he's kind of a defenseless receiver at that point too, and then also too, I would make the argument it kind of looked like he left his feet and went for his head. I don't know if he actually hit his head, but yeah, that one they weren't going to say anything on. So.
Good throw by Makachek, though, when you're left-handed, rolling to your right, and he threw a good pass and just can't be hauled in by the sophomore receiver, Dick. And once the throw, he's got a pocket down the middle of the field. It's caught. That's a first down. That's going to be Ortiz, still up down to the 39-yard line. He's going to be right at the first down marker. They give him the 40. That is a first down. 16 yards and a nice throw and catch for the Mustangs.
Yep. Good job. Great catch there by Ortiz.
You can see Makachek starting to settle in a little bit.
He's settling down a little bit, finding his rhythm there.
His throw was on the mark, and his offensive line gave him a nice pocket to scan the field. First down and 10, 4 wideouts. Makachek, hand off to Aguilar. Breaks one tackle, still going, the 45, the 46. Now, since you're down 40-0 and maybe the game out of reach, but if you could get a score, that would be a small win for the Mustangs.
I think so. Any little bit's going to carry some momentum into the weekend and into next week as you prepare for Llano next week. But you know, this drive's kind of going good. We had some good momentum on the last drive as well too. So you know, I can see some positive momentum building here for the Mustangs.
Seeing the passing game getting to go a little bit, couple completions. Second down and 4. Aguilar to the left of his QB. Go 3 wideouts. The give to Aguilar, trying to find that right side. Had to turn it upfield instead. And got back to the line of scrimmage, the 46. So it stays 4 yards to get to the marker. Third down and 4.
Yeah, they've definitely had Joaquin's number all night long. They are not going to let him get much going, and they've definitely kind of shut him down most of the night. He's been running hard. We give him credit.
He has.
There just hasn't been much there for him all night long.
Has not been able to break one yet. Third down and 4. He's in motion out of the backfield. Makachek to throw, has another pocket. Fires left side. It's caught. That's going to be Williams. Had to come for it. When he did, he is going to be hit at the 47. I'm thinking closer 48, 49, but the officials say 47. He gets a yard.
I know he retreated a little bit, but don't we kind of give our
forward momentum?
Yeah, we're kind of.
So 4th down and 3. Mustangs keep the offense out on the field. 4th down and 3, 7:24 and counting. Mustangs trail 41-0 here in the 4th. Makachek gives the play to the line with Aguilar to his right. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. 4th down and 3. Makachek rolls right. Going to call his number. He's got the first down across the 50, then turns right, and he's hit at the 49, 4 yards, and he was running the entire way. That'll be a first down for the Mustangs.
He was. That was the design keeper all the way, like you said, Ben, which is good design right there. Get him on the edge, get him in some space, and he did a good job of turning on the speed and getting the first down.
Still an opportunity for the Mustangs to find the end zone here. Down 41-0, 6:39 and counting in the ball game. We got 4 wideouts for Marble Falls. Again, Makachek keeps Aguilar as his running back to throw. He's got a pocket again. Firing downfield. That's going to be a long ball. Incomplete. Flag comes in. That's going to be a pass interference. They're hanging on to his jersey, impeding his chance to go downfield. And that'll be a fresh set of downs for the Mustangs.
15 yards for the Mustangs there, and we'll take that. But number 2, definitely Joseph Travis for the Gerald Cougars had a hold of his right shoulder there.
All right, so that'll take the ball from the 48 down to the 33-yard line. 6:22 to go in this fourth quarter. Mustangs down 41-0, but the deepest, well, they had the ball at the Gerald 24 after a turnover, but it's the longest drive by far that they've had.
For sure, and you know, we had a good drive the last time, and continuing on, and let's keep it going and get some points here.
Makachek to throw again and has time down the middle of the field. It's high and incomplete. Long behind was the intended receiver, and Travis, who was called for the penalty the play before, thought he almost had a pick there.
Ball did kind of float on Artreya there a little bit. Need to kind of bring that ball down a little bit. Longbein was open. Just needed to kind of sit down in that zone right there.
Second down and 10. Clock runs. 5:45 and counting. Ortiz, the receiver to the left. Dickin, the receiver to the right. Pistol formation with Aguilar behind the QB. Makachek has it. The miscommunication. He's got to keep and run. And in the process, he'll lose a couple yards at the 35. He went one way, Aguilar went the other, so Aguilar, or check that, Makachek had to go to his right and drop down to 35.
You know, we kind of saw that with Crawford in the first half. I don't know if that's designed to do a fake handoff one way, and maybe they're doing that from, maybe it's designed kind of quarterback draw there, and it's just to kind of help delay them a little bit there.
Throw him off a little bit, misdirection. Third down and 12. Ball at the Gerald 35. Makachek has it. And it's going to be an end around. Gets a long by left side, and he's going to be hit at the 31. 4-yard pickup. Fourth down and 8. Might as well keep the offense out there.
Keep it rolling. See if we can pick up this fourth down and keep this drive alive.
Fourth down and 9 for the Mustangs. Ball sits at the 32-yard line of Jarrell. On that end around call, just trying to get something going. At least he got inside of 10 yards here. Fourth down and 9. Clock at 4:23 and counting. Trips right side for the Mustangs. One receiver to the left. That's long by himself. Makachek puts Aguilar in motion to the right. Wants to throw. Throwing downfield, and it's going to be, did he catch that at the 19? He did.
He did. He
That's
came
long
out
by, making the catch at the 19.
Great job. Great job.
Wow, there was a defender there. Makachek threw it up along by and comes down with the catch at the 19, 13-yard, and a Mustang first down as they convert the fourth down.
Yeah, huge conversion there on fourth down. Great job by Caden going up to get that ball because the Cougar defender was all over his back. Great job going up, concentration, pulling that down and getting that first down.
Inside the red zone for the Mustangs. Makachek rolls left, looking downfield for the sideline. It's a high throw, incomplete. And that was long behind the intended receiver who made the incredible catch the play before. Brings up a second down and 10. Clock stops, 3.5 minutes to go. So again, by far the most impressive drive of the evening for Marble Falls. Second down and 10. Aguilar's to the right of his QB. Stay with 3 wideouts. Aguilar gets his number called, and not much there. Back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 10. They are just keying on Joaquin all night.
They've had his number. They have not been able to let him get started at all.
An official timeout here. And no one's down on the field here. Someone comes a little bit off for the Mustangs.
Amir Mazadua.
3:14, excuse me, left in this ball game. 41-0 Gerald, but the Mustangs in the red zone. Drive started at about the 35-yard line. Some nice completions by the Mustang offense here on this drive. Can use a couple more here. 3rd down and 10. Makachek to throw. Looking for the end zone for Ortiz. Did he catch off the bobble? He did. He cut off the tip. It was tipped, and Ortiz in the end zone makes the grab, and the Mustangs on the board. That's a 19-yard touchdown pass. Makachek to Ortiz, caught off the tip, and the Mustangs finally score with 2:48 to go.
Yeah, great concentration by Noah to not lose that ball once it tipped and stayed with it. Somehow got his hands underneath that, falling in the end zone.
Between the long bind catch and then the catch by Ortiz, big plays for the Mustangs on that drive, and they score.
2 big plays on that drive, and great to see it finish off with a touchdown.
Here comes Joaquin's extra point try. Snap is good, hold is good, and the extra point goes through the uprights. 41-7 Mustangs. They score. 2:48 to go in the ball game. Back after this on KBEY 103.9. Ben Shields and Kevin Riddell with you here at Mustang Stadium. 2:48 to go in the ball game. 41-7. Mustangs score. Went about a 65-yard drive, 19-yard touchdown pass. Makachek finds Ortiz, who caught it off the tip.
Yeah, it converted several 4th downs on that to keep that drive alive, and great to see them put that drive together and get some points out of it here.
You can see that's what Coach Timmerman wants to do through the air. And there's the pooch kick, taken by the up man at the 33-yard line. Let's see what Gerald decides to do here as there's this run clock.
Yeah, I would assume they're just going to run some plays and try to get out of here.
But you had receivers out there making plays, long bind going up and keeping that drive alive, and then you had Ortiz staying with the tip pass.
And I know we were throwing a lot here on that drive, and I know typically Coach Timmerman is probably a run first to set up the pass, but you know, at this time we're just trying to get some momentum and get down the field, and you know, we did a great job put that drive together.
And I think one of the better parts of this game is the offensive line with the pass protection, because I felt like Makachek had plenty of time to throw this evening.
You know, Crawford had a pocket in the first half. Atreus had the pocket in the second half. The time's been there to get the balls off, and you know, it's shown.
2:48 to go in the ball game. 41-7. Jarrell. Somebody's got a Venezuela out there.
I can
whatever those
hear it on our
called.
mics there.
Yeah. Soccer match broke out here with 2:48 to go. Liv C under center. New running back gets his number called, and he's brought down after maybe a couple of yards.
I think that was Isaiah Ramirez, number 22. Is that who that was?
Yes. Tackle for the Mustangs, Olin Dalton. Called his name quite a bit last week. He had a good game, the sophomore.
Yep. He's been out there a lot tonight.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Played some offense. 2:20 to go in the ball game. 2nd down and 9. Now Gerald just content. They're still in the huddle with 10 seconds. They'll break the huddle. Let's see under center. The give to his slot, and he slips, and he's back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. And that time the carry for the Gerald Cougars. That's Jaden Chimaroni, excuse me.
1 yard gain, 3rd and 9.
The 3rd down and 9 after the no gain on the run there with 1:43 to go. Now, if the Mustangs do stop him here, they could take a timeout and force a punt and just see what you can do with a 2-minute offense.
Yeah, might as well work on what you can in these situations.
This is what the pre-district games are for.
That's right.
Let's see, on 3rd down and 9, rolls out to his right, going to keep it, and he's going to get the 1st down as he lunged forward. But looking at the one official short, the other official,
about 2 yards difference there.
The official near the marker saying move it. It's right at the 44, and that is a 1st down. They're going to give him the 1st down. And one more snap should do it here for Jarrell. So the QB Livesey called his own number there, and able to get the 1st down as he dove forward. So one last snap for the Cougars, and that will be ball game for Jarrell. Livesey under center. Turn the give, handoff, straight up the middle, and he's going to get to the 49.
45
About a 6-yard gain. That should be the final play of the ball game.
Copy on.
Yeah. I don't see any reason to take another snap
Yeah,
by the
no
Cougars, but you never know. So,
well, the Mustangs will go to 1-1, 41-7, but built some momentum on that last drive, so something you can go into the locker room with and into the film room.
I mean, I think you have to. The first half we just couldn't get out of our own way on both sides of the ball. Second half we showed some light. Put a couple good drives there together. As the 3rd quarter built to the 4th quarter, 4th quarter definitely was a whole lot stronger.
All right, so that's a final. Jarrell wins 41-7. They're 2-0. Mustangs 1-1. It's homecoming night. Kevin and I will wrap it up after this on KBEY 103.9. It's a final 41-7. Gerald Cougars on homecoming night for the Mustangs and the home opener. So Gerald with the special teams play the kickoff that set the tone to start the ball game. Johnson going 80 yards. And then the rushing game, the rushing attack, what the slot T does with a lot of handoffs up the middle to Hobbs. And then Johnson, a couple big home run hitters for him. But the Mustangs on their last drive go 65 yards and able to get a touchdown. Makachek, the backup QB, comes in and drives them down for a touchdown. So something to build on for the Mustangs.
I think so, Ben. I think you come back tomorrow, you watch the game tape, learn from it. It's still early on in the season, so we got a lot of things to continue to work on. And watch the tape, learn from it. But I think a lot of positives you can take out of the second half here that we built on and got all. We didn't leave a goose egg on the scoreboard. We got 7 points up there, so that's always a good feeling. And just go from there.
All right, so they turn the lights off here. I wonder if they're going to do something with the LED lights. Is my guess. So Patrick Hinton doing something in there in the press box. So it's a final 41-7. And Kevin, thanks for joining us. Let's do this again next week against Lano.
We'll be right back here next Friday. So,
all right, that'll be 7 o'clock airtime, 7:30 kick right here on KBEY 103.9, and video stream the game at dailytrib.com. And if you want to go back and watch this game, you can do so. The stream will be up. Just go to dailytrib.com or check the dailytrib.com YouTube channel. Big thanks to our sponsors real quick one more time. J Bar, First United Bank, Hill Country Collision, IBC Bank, and Ewald Kubota. Thanks to Jose Mesa running the camera, and thanks to Roy back at the studio. Until next time, it's KBEY 103.9.